week of the Valorant competition at Esports Tower, and we're looking forward to some exciting group stage games tonight. I'm your host, Artie Nerdy Bird Rain, and joining me once again is Riley Nappy Boyd. On the show tonight, we'll be showing 3 exciting games from the group stage and the results from Group B. Next week, we'll be bringing you the final games from Group A, followed by the grand finale games. Riley, all right. I gotta ask, since they did kind of drop it in Twitter, and if you guys haven't been following Riot and Valorant on Twitter, you might have missed this information, but they've announced Valorant Mobile. What are your thoughts about that?
I really don't exactly know what to think, because this doesn't seem to make a ton of sense. Like, just from my first thought, I think it's going to bring a huge new player base in, but the way Valorant plays is so different than so many other games that we see on mobile, right? Like, you know, Fortnite mobile, League of Legends mobile, you know, even COD mobile. Like, those things just, like, they have elements that seem to, like, naturally flow into mobile. But with Valorant, it's all about, you know, just being able to click on someone's head. Aim assist doesn't work in Valorant, so I'm interested to see how they implement, because I think this could be a game changer for mobile gaming, honestly.
Wait, are you saying we might actually see, like, the advent of competitive mobile gaming because Riot decided to turn Valorant into a mobile game?
I mean, you know, we've kind of seen it start with COD Mobile and with PUBG Mobile. We're both, like, they're huge industries, like, maybe not necessarily in the States, but around the world. And I think that Valorant Mobile, if they find a way to actually make it work, you know, with having to actually be precise with where you move your cursor, whether it's like those attachments that you can put on your phone, like make a controller or whatever. If that's what it is, then yeah, I think maybe that could be something that we start to see that changes the way things are done, you know, in the world of esports. 20 years from now, we could be talking about phone games.
Well, I'm gonna be blunt. I personally never have played any of the ported games to mobile, but we'll talk about this game that is still going to be remaining on PC for us, at least during this broadcast, thankfully. And for tonight's Valorant games, there are 2 group stages of 3 teams playing in a best of 1. The top 2 teams will advance to the grand finals, which will be a best of 3. All teams this week, in this week's event in particular, are gold or higher ranked average on the rosters. We'll be seeing the return of Vapor and Cozy, both who popped off last week, returning from the Rumble with their championships under their belt, but they will be playing in with a fill-in team this week. The Landslides look to be like the dominant force in Group A, while Group B was really close and had some very intense matches, so we'll be looking forward to see how those played out here in the near future.
Boy, just looking at that fill-in team, they are stacked out of their minds. So if they can get the comms right, then that team is going to be disgusting.
Yeah, and we've definitely commented on this before. You know, when you got those newer teams, especially in a game like Valorant, where the comms are very important, sharing information with one another, that kind of little bit of extra time that those other teams get can be a little bit of an advantage. But sometimes, when you just have boss players that play like beasts no matter what, and they understand and respect one another, well, that can just be a recipe for disaster if you're on the receiving end of that. So fingers crossed to everyone else that has to go into that fill team, and hopefully that fill team communicates very well together, even though they're kind of like fresh faces to all of themselves.
I think it could be interesting, though, because a theme that we've seen kind of reoccurring throughout these Rumbles is, like, yeah, the communication is super important, and I know I've stressed that and you've stressed that quite a bit, but at the same time, the teams that go together and play in those packs and push sites together seem to do really well. And sometimes the communication isn't, like, always as needed when you're 5 stacked or when you're 4 stacked. So that could play a huge advantage. And with some of the way that these players play, where they're just cracked, I mean, it could create a completely different dynamic where these other teams are starting to branch out into trying to play, you know, split sites and stuff like that. And then there's this one team that just wants to be a battering ram and just, you know, ram it down, you know, the entire time. So it'll be interesting to see how that kind of plays out.
We've notoriously seen those groups come out on top, that it was, as you've put it before, you know, those who push together win together, and that is kind of one of our caster keys to the game. But of course, we do always have Doc's keys to the game that we will be discussing here as well. And Doc's keys in particular are one moment. My apologies. So if we try to take a whack at what you think Doc's keys are going to be then.
Well, let's see. The one that is always on there, right, is there's always communication, like we were just talking about. Communication. And in Valorant, checking your corners is so important as well. I've got a feeling that we're going to see both of those on there per usual. You know, everything else kind of, I think we always talk about using your utilities and whatnot, and I guess here we go. We got them back up on the board.
We got 2 of them right. We got the call to critical, so we're going to count that as our communication is key type of deal that we were discussing. Watch the corners. That's your check those corners. Call out ability usage. This one is the one I'm very familiar with, of course, as anybody who's been here for an extended period of time knows that I'm an Overwatch player, and I'm always shouting from the stage, so you can always hear me in the caster comms, even though I'm way back there. So that's just as important in this game. And then track enemy econ, something that is difficult to really make sure you stay on top of, but I feel like on top of that we can add a little side note to that one, and that is, you know, control your own econ. Make sure you're doing save rounds properly, and make sure that you are, you know, doing full buy forces together as a group, and not have some people half buying while others are full buying, because that can kind of results in things being a little flummoxed. With that being said, you can always, you know, improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Doc's keys to the game and Artie and Riley's keys to the game are brought to you by Esports Tower. Check them out at esportstower.com. And we're going to be jumping right into our first match, which is Team Tsunami versus Team Hurricane here on Bind.
Ooh, two sea storms. That's always fun. The team names always interest me, and they always have such fun names. And we have a couple different compositions here in Bind, so that'll be interesting as well. Love seeing Astra continue to come into play as the agent continues to be added into the game a little bit more in the competitive scene. It's fun to just see how it continues to be used more, especially in these Esports Tower Rumbles.
Well, this is supposed to be the kickoff of some of what I might want to say are the most exciting group stages we'll have seen thus far. And we'll be starting this one off, as I said, with games from Group B, and then we'll hop over to games from Group A before ending the night on the intense matches from Group B. We'll be kicking this off with round 1 match against the Tsunamis facing off against the Hurricanes, and this is map Bind. Personally, this is probably my favorite map. What about you?
Yeah, I really like this map as well. It's one that I find myself playing a lot. It's probably my earliest memory of Valorant was on this map, and so that might just be, you know, part of the reason that I like it so much. But it does add that extra fun element with the TPs and all that, you know, being able to kind of move around the map, different utility and stuff.
I'm really happy to not be seeing, I want to say it's Yasuo, who's the person that has the ability to have dupes go through TPs. That always messes me up, because there's really no way to tell if it's a dupe or not. And I'm always just like, do we rotate? Did we hear 2? Did we hear 3? If we hear 3, then we need to go. If we hear 2, we may not need to. Yeah,
the decoys and whatnot are definitely a big element of this game and how it's changing. There's oh, I thought the right clicks were coming through for Chips there, but he found the first elim. That was important. There you go. There's the right clicks coming through from TGE.
The Hurricanes are currently down 4 with just their Jet remaining. Jet's already very low, and Jet goes down. Unfortunately, they got the plant off and a full team wipe. That is a flawless victory right there for Team Tsunami in the first round. And let's see whether this great moment happened. We did see this plant start. I did not honestly think it was going to fully go off, but they did manage to get Chips to plant. Well, Chips got that kill as the plant happened, and from there it was just a roll. Yeah,
TGE with those moving shots coming through with the right clicks, those were super important. And, you know, just winning those gunfights, getting those pistol rounds, we talk about it every week, getting those pistol rounds to get things started off right, always a good thing to have under your belt. See if Tsunamis can take the second pistol round. If they do, Hurricanes should get themselves back on a decent econ. So either way, just the second pistol round just for momentum, really.
We saw Chips get that kind of like that first kill in that first round, and from what I've been told, Chips will continue to dominate on Cypher throughout the entire course of this match, so I'm definitely going to be keeping a close eye on that one. For Team Tsunami, their strength is definitely controlling sites, and as I say that, we do see them manage to take out both Pink Boy and Darkest Twilight, but then FG follows it up by taking out Reskin. So with that, there is now a 2v4. The spike is not yet fully planted, and the spike is now planted.
Yeah, finally get the elim there from Hurricanes. Got on the board. Down to this Jet and Sage combo here, and those shots are going to be so important when you're moving like that. It's so hard to hit them, so that's a feels bad. The timing just wasn't quite there for Hurricanes, and now it's the Sage in this 1v4.
Coaxials, you got 2 options here. It's either like go for the exit frag or try to get out alive, and unfortunately, they will be found out by Dotbot very quickly. Dotbot popped off quite a bit last week, so it's always good to see a familiar, well, I want to say face, but it's more like gamer tag. doing what they do best, and that is just destroying. But, you know, it's only round 2. We can't say too much here.
Yeah, and now we're finally out of these pistols. I think you're right. There are some players on some of these teams, you know, looking at Hurricanes. I'm looking at Pink Boy Blue to kind of have another major week. Every time we've seen them play, they've really done quite well. So it'll be interesting to see if they can kind of keep things going. But as we are into these now out of the pistol rounds, it'll be interesting to see how the momentum continues if it stays with Tsunamis.
We did see the Sage, I believe for the Hurricanes, is going for that early wall onto the showers there. It's kind of a strategic one that's done relatively quick. But for me personally, it's always one that I wait and see if I hear them coming or not. But there's a chance that they saw Astra planting clouds before the round started, and that's why they decided to go with that wall. They're now doing a full push together, forcing Team Hurricane to actually rotate back because they were split between Site A and Site B right there. And we've already seen 2 go down, and there's a third, and now it's a 3v4.
And that fight right there, Dotbot and Pink Boy Blue, I feel like I've called that a couple different times in these rumbles. Those two seem to always find each other. Aggressive players getting up. Oh, the quick scope comes through from FG. What a shot.
And they pick up the beautiful gun. Now they're just, that's always dirty.
Yeah, that's how, it's no fun to see someone running around with one of those, you know, $20 skins on your gun. You're like, man,
I bought that.
that was mine.
Jet has almost full health here going into Cypher, and I feel like they can go for the exit frag here, but they may just want to get out and save, and it looks like they're going for the get out and save strat, trying to see if anyone's going to follow them, just trying to, you know, make sure you get out alive with a gun. Sometimes it's the best thing you can do. FG is a fantastic Jet player, and they are making the strategic option to advance in the opposite direction.
Yeah, and as you can see, they're right on their ult there, so that's going to be a huge player. You know, just kind of get out of there. Keep that Vandal ready to go for the next round. No reason to try and risk anything. They knew it was 2v1. They knew players were going to have to be in sight, so at that point, it was just more of a rotate out. Go ahead and hold on to that gun and get the ult online. Get ready to roll for the next round. They actually, what they'll probably do is they'll probably drop that Vandal for a teammate because they should have knives for this round. So what, I guess not. If they can find one more, I guess. If they can survive this next round and get an elim, then they'll have knives for the next round, and that will make it a little bit easier to get their teammates guns without having to buy.
We do have, once again, the Hurricane split between point A and point B with the Reyna and the Sage looking over at A right now, trying to see if they're going to have any pushes coming from there. But now there's a lot of noise being made on point B, so now they got to rotate back towards their teammates relatively quick. Honestly, this may just be a situation where next round just all go to 1 point, and if you don't hear or see anything, everyone rotate to the next point.
Yeah, and you see, it looks like Pink Boy here is kind of hanging out in tune to that little can area there where you can get some info. It's a plant site there. Got some damage coming through, but didn't quite fall down. FG's just kind of hanging around the back, just waiting to see if anyone wants to push, but it's just an all-out gunfight over here on the site.
We do have both Sage and Astra for the side of the Hurricanes really low right now. Sage for the side of the Tsunamis is going to heal themselves up. Coaxil's also going to use heal on one of their teammates. And it looks like Pink Boy is rotating back with Sage on their heels right now for Team Hurricane to go to the other site. I don't believe that the Tsunami are actually planning on fully rotating, though, as it looks like they may be able to catch some of these players off guard coming over to the point quickly on their own.
Yeah, I think so, and it looks like Killjoy from Hurricanes is still a little bit late on this wrap, but they may have some information behind. Can't quite tell. It's going to be interesting, but you see you're down to a 3v3 here, so now it's a 3v2. That was a big elim there from Sova.
The spike is planted, so it is kind of just a sit-and-wait game if you are on the attacker's side. The defenders, however, got to make a move here sooner or later before that timer runs out. Trying to get some information and some sights up. That wall is kind of being a pain in the butt, though, for Chips as they're trying to see Pink Boy, and they manage to find them and also pick up Twilight right after.
Yeah, Chips with the reads there. That was super important. You saw them just baiting out that push around the wall. They had that stage wall kind of just destroyed in that one place. Crosshair placement, so important in this game. Just waiting on the push there, and then was able to flip around and get the read right outside of U-Haul. Yeah, this is just great game sense from Chips here. Look at that, just right on the head, just anticipation.
Beautiful crosshair placement.
And that right there, I mean, you see Tsunamis is already up 4-0. They've got a big lead starting off here, and I think that the teamwork here and just the ability to run these strats so well it's showing early in this game.
We do see that Astra for Hurricanes on the defense side is planting out their smokes relatively early and just preloading a site with their abilities. That may not be playing into their advantage too much because they are basically giving away where at least one of the defenders is going to be standing, well, going to be which site they're going to be at, and limiting what util they'll have left if there is a rotation made at any point throughout the course of the round.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we're going to start seeing that come through as a little bit of bait, you know, with some of these agents, you know, like with an Astra and like with Brim, you can kind of, and with Omen as well, you can place your smokes around the map without having to be there. And hopefully Astra will be able to start doing that from Hurricanes and maybe running some bait. But there's TGE just kind of popping off early here. A couple of elims to start the round.
I know exactly.
We are now down to a 2v4. The Sage does have that res up. I don't foresee them trying to use it. The plant is going to happen from Sage from Team Tsunami right now. And I do believe that Jet still has their ultimate online and can use it at any point here if they so choose.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, yep, Tsunamis, they were ready for that. Chips, you pop that Neural Theft. There's Quaxel just going down. I mean, that's so tough. Neural Theft, when you can use it right with a good Cypher, is so OP. Just knowing exactly what he says. I know exactly where you are. Like, everyone from your team knows exactly where everyone else is, and that's so tough to be able to break into a site and defend when they know exactly where you're at.
I'm not going to lie. In a game, of course I'm going to make an Overwatch reference here. Widowmaker is argued to be one of the worst heroes in the game because they are so squishy, and also their ultimate literally just gives you locations of everyone on the map. And in a game where the TTK is very high like Overwatch, that's not that big of a deal unless you're dealing with a lot of snipers on the other side and you're trying to dodge sights from them. In that case, it can be a little helpful. But Cypher's ability to give away where everyone is standing in this game is such a huge piece of information. It is so nice, and yes, it is borderline the same exact ultimate, but in a game where it's way more important.
Yeah, it's super important here, just because the TTK is so low, and you see Dotbot here throwing some of those smokes, like I said, not have to be exactly where they're at, just getting them down. Knives did come out from the side of Hurricanes, so FG does have Knives out, and it looks like Redskin's just kind of using that updraft to get in a position of some power there, looking over to see if anything's going to happen, and it looks like the plant is going to go down. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. I really, really don't want to mess it up, so I apologize in advance there, Sage, because that is a wild name.
I'm just, yeah, I apologize as well. I can't get a long enough read on it to try and pronounce it. So, Sage, you're just going to be Sage for us, for Team Tsunami. Apologies. As we do see TGE manage to take out multiple members of Team Hurricane right there really quick, but then UNF Warrior responds, taking them out. It is still a 2v4, and the spike is ticking down as we do see Sage manage to knock out the last two.
Yeah, that was a great play there from TGE, just kind of sitting out there in backside of sight, just waiting to see if there was a push, and good shots coming through. Find the headshot, quick snap onto the second. Not a huge snap, but a good quick one, nice and solid to find the headshots on the second and just end that round. You see a lot of ults coming online early here. We've already seen Cypher being used. We've got Sage, Omen, and Jet on the side of Tsunamis. That just really, really nasty Empress that can come online for Hurricanes there. That can be a game changer. This should be fun early to see if those ults get used now.
I'm kind of hoping we see that plant happen and then a retake coming from the Hurricanes using the Astro Wall. I will not lie, that is probably my least favorite ult in the game just because it is so irksome to have to work around. You can't see, hear, or shoot through that dang wall, and it does limit so much of your utility. And as I'm talking about Astro's ult, we see Chips take them out almost instantly. Chips has their sight set on Pink Boy, knowing that Pink Boy popped off a lot in the previous Rumbles, so it's smart to take them out early in the rounds. And we do see FG is managing to find Dotbot as well.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. It seems like Pink Boy is just kind of doing that thing where they're right by where their smokes go down, and that's kind of a tough, but you see the Sage Wall there to go through for the res. That was a good play from Hurricanes to get people up into a 4v3. This is the first time we've seen Hurricanes have an agent advantage, I believe, this late in the round.
And we do have Omen getting that spike plant off, casting some smokes. keeping an eye on showers. That's always a risky place to be right in front of. The Killjoy from the defenders has now been planted. That's a great kind of zoning ability right there, as we do see Twilight manage to take out Dotbot right on top of the spike. And with that being said, the Hurricanes are up 2 right now. And as I said at the start of the round, really hoping to see some retake play from the Hurricanes, and that just might be what we see here, as we see Kojiro managing to take out 1, but the Sova ult's going to distract him long enough for Jet to take them out.
Interesting. There's a lot of ults invested there in a very quick succession, and now you've got this defuse off, and Sova get out there and find it. Oh,
they got the defuse off right as Sova finished off Twilight. So even with the exit frag, defenders got the defuse.
That's brutal. And you know what? Twilight made a really risky play there that I want to highlight. They popped their Killjoy early, and then they immediately peeked as soon as it went off. About halfway through that round. They didn't have to peek there. They could have just waited for the push out or just waited for that site to clear. But they peeked immediately. No one expects you to peek immediately when that Killjoy goes off. It's kind of everyone just waiting to kind of push out of those exit areas. That was a really good play. It was a risk, and it paid off really well. I just wanted to point that out because that was impressive.
I recently, and this is going to make my weeb show, rewatched No Game, No Life, and one of the things that one of the main characters loves doing is his younger sister is like basically a living computer, calculates strategies from everybody, and the one thing he says is that, like, I know you won't see this coming, and that's someone not even bothering to strafe and just run right at you. And that is one of those things in games like this, when you're playing with people that are used to high skill tier play, doing something completely crazy that you feel like, I hate to say it, but like a wood tier rank player would be doing, sometimes plays to your advantage.
Yeah, sometimes just doing those things that like no one expects is the way to do it. And you see, I believe right now Hurricanes are in a they're in a save round. Chip's popping that ult again. Chips is going off. I believe Chip just threw down another neural theft, so now you've got Hurricanes who are in a save round. And Chips is just throwing down the ult because they can. Just the alpha plays.
And we do see that for Hurricanes, they have 2 remaining. Chips is getting the plant off as we speak right now. So now it's just sit and wait. For the side of the Hurricanes, they've got 2 options, as we've mentioned before. Go in, try to get those frag out kills, get the defuse, or run away and save. I think this may be a runaway and save type situation, however.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. You don't want to be going down too many rounds here, but I mean, there's really not a lot of opportunities to do much here. As you see, Sage is just kind of waiting to see if anyone wants to push this site, but Hurricane's just kind of chilling in backside, waiting to see if there's an exit, looking to see if anyone wants to jump out. That Sage wall is going to get broken, looking to see if they can find any sort of an elim here, but it looks like Tsunamis are just kind of posted up, waiting to see if anyone wants to push, and Chips with the ace!
Finding both Pink Boy and Coaxial. Nicely done.
Did not realize the Chips was on 3 there, did you?
I did not.
That was crazy. And then the double peek. Shout out to Chips with the big time ace.
Yeah, we do see Chips right there in front of the wall, breaking the wall. I think that was Chips who broke that wall anyway, knowing that the Sage was right there. And Astro was right next to the Sage, so that was an easy double kill lineup with the... We've already seen Chips' crosshair placement, so, like, you know, it's just basically as soon as you got sights on those people at that range, they're done for.
Yeah, that was very impressive, just overall from Chip, just to kind of do their thing. And here's that corner check. Oh, good shots from Dotbot.
And we do see Chips manages to pick up Pink Boy Blue as well, so now it is a 3v4. The Sage of the teams of Tsunamis has gone down. FG manages to pick them up, so it's... But, however, Jet for the side of the Hurricanes is very low. They get the heal out from their Sage. It's now a 2v4. Plant has yet to happen for the side of Tsunamis, but they may not even need to do it, as we do see Yasuke is getting that plant off right now.
Yeah, and it seems like there might have been another bit of a save there. You saw a Ghost coming out from the side of Hurricanes again this late in the game. That usually indicates a save for the team. You see only a Spectre in the hands of Coaxial here, so... that kind of indicates where this team is at right now. The Econ is just struggling right now, and that's what happens when Tsunamis goes up 8-1. I mean, they are really just kind of running rampant through this team right now.
For Team Hurricane, right now, they have Astro ult, Reyna ult, Jet ult. For Team Tsunami, they only have Jet's ult online. I feel like, I mentioned it before, Team Hurricane, honestly, play for the retake here. You have ults that you can use to engage, use them to your advantage. Just figure out the site that they're going to be on and go to that site then after the plant occurs, please.
You got two pretty aggressive ults online here as well. You got to imagine Hurricanes have got to start at least throwing down one around here, trying to get themselves something. You don't want to be going down huge numbers this early in the game. I know this is really like this can be a map that can favor the offense just because you can choke off any sort of retakes, but still, you don't want to be going down 9-1, 10-1 going into the second half.
We do see FG manages to take out TGE there early in the round. So Team Tsunami is down 1. The Astral Wall has gone up as well. That's the only ultimate we've seen come out from Team Hurricane. They still have 2 left. However, they are up 1 operative right now. It's just a matter of time. For Team Tsunami, they're playing it a little bit slower than we've seen in the past, however.
Yeah, and you see there's some good plays. The Astral Wall really did come into effect. You see a couple of elims there. There's 1 back for Tsunami, so it's into this 2v4, but Hurricanes did well to use that Astral Wall to their advantage and kind of play this map at a little slower pace. I think that favors them.
We do see Dotbot knows where the Reyna's at. They are now the last person standing. Pink Boy Blue manages to pick up the Sova. Dotbot will pick up Pink Boy Blue. A 3v1, however, I feel like Dotbot may just need to try to get out alive. Get that. As I say that, they pick up 2 back-to-back, and it is now a 1v1 against the Sage, and Sage goes down. Dotbot with the clutch and trying to get the plant off. Sorry, homie, you don't have enough time.
That was so impressive because they used the smoke there from the side. I think that was FG's smoke that they put down from the jet. They were able to use that to bait the elim because you saw FG place that strategically here just so they can make it that they would have the peek onto Dotbot, and Dotbot said, nope, sorry, Uno reverse card. Let me just see right through the angle you wanted. That was crazy. Wow, that was just such a good play.
Big brain play. That's what we love to see. And we do hear both Jets decide to pop their ultimates here, so now it's time to frag out who's the better Jet. And as I say, frag out, Reyna just takes out the other Jet, so no respect for the 1v1s.
Yeah, you know what, and I would have liked to see a knife 1v1, but sometimes that doesn't happen. You do see there's Sova's ult coming out. You wonder if we're going to have to maybe see Empress and maybe try and see Killdrake off as well if there's a chance for it.
We did see Rengoku drop the wall over there. They're using their heal on one of their teammates. The plant is going to happen right now. It is a 3v2 for the side of the attackers. They are up 1. We may see the retake. Empress has come online, and I do believe it's actually being used right now for the side of the Hurricanes. And unfortunately, Chips and Yasuke will pick up Warrior right away, and it's now just Coaxial remaining again.
Yeah, and that's tough, and you saw that. I believe that the lockdown actually got taken out. I think Tsunami's actually destroyed the Killjoy there, and then Dotbot with the finish off there. Yeah, that was brutal. Tsunami's really just they're doing a lot of work here before this round. And look at Chips at 15-2. Holy cow, and Dotbot at 13-6, they're popping off.
We do see, however, FG, I believe, I did not see the creds before the buy, but I think we might have just seen an op get pulled out to go watch from heaven on point A coming out from that jet. That'll be interesting if the side of the Tsunamis decides to rotate to point A instead of going point B, but it looks like they're really looking to go B.
Yeah, that's tough. You want to be able to have an opportunity to use that, and right now they're not going to get that chance, it doesn't look like.
Cage triggered.
That Cypher Cage and that camera, such a deadly combo from Chips, almost playing this like an offensive Cypher. That's it's impressive if you can do it, and Chips is doing it so well this round.
Oh, and Pink Boy does manage to pick out Chips, so there goes the powerhouse for the side of the Tsunamis. Coaxial is going to pick up Yasuke, and TGE will pick up 2 in Pink Boy and Coaxial. So now we're got a 3v3. Sage does have their res online for Team Tsunami, however, so they may be able to use that to get one of their teammates up. The Reyna's going to use one of their abilities to get away, and it'll be just enough for to help them pick up FG, and with that, the defenders come out on top of that round.
Yeah, and that was one you didn't want to go down 11-1 going into the second half. I know that, like I said, this map can be really offensively heavy. I don't know that 10-2 is enough to bring this back. It's gonna be an uphill climb on the side of Hurricanes, but they do have the players to do it. We've seen Pink Boy Blue have some pretty ridiculous halves. So if anyone could do it, it is Pink Boy in the squad. Let's see if they can find a way to bring this back from down 10-2.
Support your carry. Sometimes you just it ends up being like that. There's just one player on your side who's just popping off, and you just you dump your abilities into them, and you just listen to them. You're like, all right, you for some reason the gods of the game are on your side, so we're just gonna listen to you for now.
I can confirm that that is never me.
Same.
I'm never the carry. I'm always the support.
Same.
There's that shockwave arrow coming out from Sova as well. Starting to use some more abilities there from Tsunamis from Sova. We haven't seen a ton of Sova, so that's nice to see the abilities coming out there.
Shock dart.
Everyone's rotating rather slowly. Team Hurricane looks like they're going from point B over to point A after realizing there was multiple members chilling out on B. However, it's going to be rough because they have to make sure they don't get caught out in rotation here. I do believe that those on B, yes, have figured out that the push is going towards A instead. So now it's just a matter of getting there first, getting the plant off, or getting the elims to secure the site if you are on the side of the Hurricanes right now.
Yeah, and you see Pink Boy had one last ability there from Astra, went into the plane, used that, got the shots off as well. So Pink Boy starting to do his thing now, trying to keep Hurricanes in this game. You don't want to go down 11 now. That would be not a good situation to be in, only 2 off-game points. So big elim there, and Chips is going to try and go on this mini flank through U-Haul maybe. Is he trying to? No, it doesn't look like it.
We do see Chips trying to check those corners. It's 2-2 now. For the side of the Hurricanes, they've got 17 seconds to plant. You need 5 seconds to get that spike planted, so now they are at 10 seconds to make something happen. Pink Boy's finally going for that plant. They got to make sure that their teammates are watching their back. Thankfully, the plant does go off. We do still have a Sage to help out that Astra, but it is going to be a little risky. So we got Coaxel also going down relatively low, and it is now just Coaxel remaining. I don't know if they have their heal up, and I don't think they're going to try to go here for that exit frag. And with that being said, unfortunately, their head does get found relatively quick. Yeah,
Yasuke knew exactly where they were, and just crosshair placement, ready to roll right on those showers, and that's an unfortunate peak when you go down to be the last person. That's tough.
You know what? I don't typically support this strat, but I'm going to suggest it, and I know no one's going to listen, but make a lot of noise. Rush a point together. Just go.
Those who push together do indeed win together, and this push together could be the move here on the side of Hurricanes. I think you're right. Make the noise. Make the noise.
Just rush a point, because no matter what, the defenders are going to be split. You rush a point, take out at least one person. You've got a man advantage. Control the point. Don't try to get the plant off right away, and just wait.
Maybe some bait, too. Some bait on the other side. You know, use some of those abilities, like go to the astral plane, throw a smoke on the other side of the map where you're not going to be, and just try and make some, just try and anything to get the attention away from you. There's Chips. Oh my goodness, Chips is just using those abilities so well. This is ridiculous.
No more charges left.
And he's got the judge out as well. There's one. Couldn't quite find it. Those are big frags there from FG though.
Team Tsunami is now down 2, as we do see Pink Boy is going to get that plant off. It is just the Sova and the Omen remaining for the side of Tsunami. I don't know if those two combined will be enough firepower to take out those still remaining on the side of the Hurricanes. For the Hurricanes, honestly, just stay on point and just guard it.
Yeah, pretty much. And you see there's a smoke ready to roll there from the side of Hurricanes. Dotbot with the peak, gonna get found by UNF. So yeah, I think 4v1. I think this one's pretty well chopped up to the Hurricanes.
Oh, and as we say that, we do see UNF go down, but Coaxel picks up Yasuke right away. And with that, the attackers do come out on top.
You know, what really impresses me about watching some of these really high-skilled players play that I struggle with, and I don't know about you, Artemis, but the ability to use the Spectre and shoot so straight from so far away is incredibly impressive. The recoil is so difficult for me to control. These guys can just do it without even blinking.
I have been told that to deal with that recoil, of course, it comes down to trigger finger discipline, which is instead of just like, slamming your finger down on that mouse button, you got to just feather it, and realizing that has definitely helped me out a lot with the recoil with the guns in this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't always have the lightest of trigger fingers. I like the big knockout, and that's not always the best play.
Yeah, relatable. We do see that right now the Hurricanes looks like they're going for point B once again, trying to figure out where people are at. They're coming out through hookah right now. We see a couple smokes. We also do see sights coming out as well. people are slowing down. Oh, just walked right up
Ooh,
to
the
two
right
of them and
clicks.
got double kill. FG did take out one as well. The spike does get planted. It is now a 3v4, and as I said, it goes down to a 2v2. Yosuke is just kind of dunking this round on everybody as Chips manages to pick up UNF Warrior. 2v1 with just Astra remaining, pick her out, and Pink Boy gets double, but Dotbot picks them up as well. And now they just got to get that defuse off, and there's no one there to stop them.
Boy, dang near did it there. That was impressive. Good shots, but a good trade from Dotbot there.
Match point.
We'll get to see a replay of this pop-off moment right here. Going through the smokes, just picks up two right away. And then I do believe they actually snagged that Spectre from the Fallen Sage, so they didn't even buy anything that round. That was quite nice to see, and just bodies start dropping.
Yeah, anytime you can use that classic to such good effect, the right click from up close is so good. So that was really, really good to see.
This is match point for Team Tsunami. If they manage to come out on top of this one, they will win this map. However, Team Hurricane does have 3 ultimates online if they so choose to use them to try and bring this back. They are down quite a lot, however, so this is going to be a very difficult match to bring back if you are rooting for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, and you saw, there's Chips, 2 big ones. You saw Dotbot try and make a play there in showers with that fake TP from Omen. Fortunately, I don't think anyone was there to hear the bait, but that was a good idea. No one quite heard it. Chips found 2, but there's the trades coming through. Big shots from the Sage.
Spike down A.
Woo!
Defenders
Dang.
win.
Just
All
keep
right.
the fire.
And Team Tsunami is our victors for our first match. Nicely done, Team Tsunami. You guys, we will be seeing more of you in the future coming up here very shortly. And of course, we'll be keeping an eye on everybody because y'all are popping off.
Yeah, that was a really enjoyable match to watch. There's a lot of good plays on both sides. Tsunamis just looked really good.
Well, you know, Riley, going in it alone, you can only get so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success in any game, and in particular Valorant in this case, you have to level up your teaming skills. We just saw that in particular coming out from Chips. They were a dominating force for the side of Tsunamis the entire time, and you can see how talented the players are all together here in this Rumble as well. Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams that are well matched with their teammates as well as with their coaches, and I'd like to give a shout out to those coaches. And if you're watching and haven't checked out Esports Tower, you definitely should. It's the fast track to rank up.
Yeah, it really is. You can see just quite how good these players are. We've seen them just get better and better as we've done these Rumbles. This is what, week 4 of this now, and the improvement there is ridiculous. So it's pretty cool to see.
Well, that was our game 1. We have more to come. However, we will be taking a quick break, so hopefully you go grab some chips and some water. And yes, I was trying to make a pun. And join us right back here in a few moments.
BFC is launching the greatest events of the summer, so gamers know that they are never alone. Brought to you by Antares Gaming and Never Alone Gaming, gaming teams that build a better future for mental health. And Esports Tower, paving the way for education in esports for the youth. We want the community to know that we stand together and we are united in spreading mental health awareness. We are also proud to announce that we are expanded into new games. This summer, gaming events are back.
Come on! That's insane!
Oh my goodness! No!
Oh my goodness!
Tried to keep it in play. Wow!
It's over! Yodi gets it! Chris is your winner! He goes down 1 HP! Oh no!
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Esports Tower Valorant Rumble. We are taking a look at this week's group stage games, and the grand finals will be taking place next Wednesday right here, so be sure to come back and watch that all go down and see everything come to a head here at the Esports Arena here in downtown Boise. And in case you are just now joining us, I am your host, Artie Nerdy Bird Rain, and joining me as always is Riley Nappy Boyd. All right, Riley, so we saw it last round. Of course, you know, the standard roles, you know, popping off on what you need to be doing, but we were kind of hinting at it, discussing this earlier. In upper echelon level of play, we're seeing people play their operators a little bit differently. I, in particular, of course, am a Sage main, but I play Sage as though they're supposed to be, like, in my mind, kind of Master Chief. I will intentionally run and gun. I know you're not supposed to do that in this game, but that is my strategy for going about this, and I always do still try to stick with my team, and we do see that happening a lot here within the Rumble itself. However, we are also seeing some duelists just pop off on their own. Do you think that's going to be a trend we're going to continue to see here for the remainder of this evening?
I mean, I think so, but I think at the same time, we're seeing things like when we saw Chip as a Cypher, like, just have the best KD on the map, like, dropping, I don't even know what they finished with, but it was a big number. A big number from a Cypher. So I think stuff like that, I think we'll start to see that as well. I think as Valorant has evolved, we've seen people learn how to use these operators and these agents in ways that maybe weren't initially thought of. You know, we've seen, you know, if you're on Twitter, you see a lot of clips from like Sage mains that are starting to almost be ran like duelists and stuff. And it's crazy to see how these agents evolve as the game goes on.
Well, okay, so within this game, there's still things that even if you don't want to play your operators how they're meant to be played based off of what their kits are built to do, you still got to stick with what we will call Doc's keys to the game, brought to you by Esports Tower. And those keys, of course, are callouts are critical. Watch those corners, call out ability usage, and track enemy econ, as well as, you know, make sure you're tracking your own econ and not overspending and making sure you're all saving at the same time. Score Pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
Yeah, and those things are also important, especially tracking that econ. That's so critical.
All right, so we're going to be going into our next game, and that is going to be Team Landslides versus Team Phil. Team Phil in particular is the one that we brought up earlier that has two players with championships under their belt from last week returning. Very excited to see what they bring to the table for their team this week. And if they're able to keep up their, you know, chronic popping off once again, even with a new roster.
And I have to say, I like Team Phil. I like the logo they put up there. It felt like a shout out to me. The max number of viewers I've ever had on Twitch, 3. So shout out to Team Phil for showing love to. No, I'm just kidding. That's bad joke. But in all seriousness, this team could be disgusting, especially with Cozy and Vapor coming back on this team.
All right, well, this is our first game for Group A, and like I mentioned, this is Team Landslide facing off against Team Phil, and the map is split. This is a best-of-1 to kick off this group, and of course, Vapor, Cozy, we're going to be keeping a close eye on YouTube because you popped off so heavily last week. We got to see if you can do that again, or if you're just going to be completely shut down because everyone knows that you are the powerhouses of that team. Sometimes that puts a giant red X on your back, and that's not what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they can continue to bring this up as they continue on. We don't get to see split very often in these rumbles. I feel like it's not a map that we see as much, and I really enjoy this map. I think it's just a really beautiful map, and I think it plays really enjoyably. So I'm excited to see how this goes.
Team Phil in particular, as their name might suggest, is made up of players from other rosters that could not have a full team this week, so they still wanted to compete, and so they managed to, come together and make Team Phil. And as we mentioned, Cozy and Vappy are back on this roster. They are from Team Surge, if you do not remember their team name, and I'm very excited to see what they have in store for us this week.
I'm trying to figure out if Phil Team 6 is just meaning like they're like the 6th team in the Rumble, or if they're referencing like SEAL Team 6.
I'm wondering that as well.
Which would be pretty cool. That's kind of cool here, and you see already that Sage Wall going up there from the side of Serenity.
I do believe they managed to hear some people trying to come up there, so that was a great weight on that ability usage there. For the other team, they are all rotating together, and as we mentioned before, those who rotate together win together. We do see Prestige manages to take out Cozy rather quickly using that Ghost. I love that gun. So now we are down to a 4v5. Landslide still has to get that plant, though, and as I say that, Prestige gets the plant secured, and now it's just a matter of wait and see as Serenity takes out CC.
Yeah, and you have a little bit of a split push here, not really a full pinch. You got 3 coming from bottom and 1 coming from heaven, and the trades, packed with the trades.
That was a big game removed there from Mr. Memphi. As Prestige and Snazzy managed to pick up 2, and Prestige picks up another one. And with that, the attackers will come out on top for round 1.
That was a crazy round. A lot of movement there, a lot of rotation.
That was very fast.
Yes.
I like to see it fast.
Well, and I think that's the way I like to see pistol. I hate when people play pistol rounds slow.
Prestige, I love your Sage play. As an overly aggressive player, no matter what game I am playing, I absolutely adore your Sage right now. And I do think this is possibly, dang it. So you see that Omen over here, sorry, it's Killjoy over here on these boxes. My favorite thing to do right here is actually put a wall up as Sage with one of my players standing right behind me and give them a site advantage. And normally you can get an early pick if you're trying to push on to site A from that area. Just something to keep in mind if you want to use an aggressive wall and not use it to be, defensive like you really should, I think.
There you go. I like it. That's a good play. That's a really good play and one that's very frustrating to play against. So good call. The bot coming out there, just kind of patrolling around in heaven, and didn't get the info that they wanted, it looks like, and it might be a little bit of a rotation here coming back towards this B site from Phil Team 6.
Oh no, it was a fake out rotation. That was so smart, and Phil Team 6 fell for it almost completely. There's 1 player remaining over by Heaven, already rotating back as they're not really seeing anybody. Majority of Team 6 is currently over by point B, so Landslide's now just got to make a quick rotation into site A, make sure they stay a little quiet. Pax is waiting, but there's only 1 person there, so they can get that site control taken care of rather quickly. They can get this plant off, no problem.
But see, what Landslides didn't account for was Paxlip being there, and all of a sudden, here's the rush, coming back to site as fast as they can, trying to break in from Phil Team 6. Pax was suspicious, but looks like Landslides is just doing a really good job of holding this down on this retake.
Pax is still alive, but they are a little bit under health. They are now just down to 1 sliver left, and they're being hunted, and as we say that, Prestige finds the kill, and that's a flawless round 2 win for the Landslides.
Yeah, Pax had a classic and a dream, which usually means you don't actually have a dream.
Oh.
Unfortunately, when you're in a 1v5 no health in a classic, that's not a fun spot to be in. Also, what a cool Bulldog skin. I love that skin.
I'm gonna be real. I'm one of those people that vows to never spend money in a game if I don't have to. So I get to stick with the lame stuff forever.
I haven't spent very much money in Valorant at all because the skins are really expensive. I prefer to just buy the battle pass in other games. But yeah, Valorant has done a really good job with cool skins.
We do see that right now we've got Prestige instantly breaking down that wall coming out. The landslides are not really trying to hide where they're at right now. However, for Phil Team 6, they are pretty spread despite knowing where Landslide is. So that could be their detriment here if Landslide decides to make a push onto any one of these players that are kind of chilling out by themselves.
Yeah, and it looks like maybe this mid push is starting to develop as the play. There's a little bit of a hold here. It looks like CC's just gonna wait to see if anyone wants to bait on this rotation over into this other site. Be interesting to see if they can catch anyone on the push.
We did see Vapor manage to take out the Killjoy, and Prestige manages to find Vapor, and we do have the res online for Prestige, so they're going to pick back up Killjoy. With that, we are down to a 3v5 as CC manages to pick up Serenity. Prestige now is going to be hiding out a little bit. As we mentioned before, they're very aggressive. They're staying behind their team, making sure that flank can't come out. We've got Pax trying to use that concuss. Unfortunately, I don't think it actually landed on anybody in that case, and we're down to the 30-second mark with just 3 members on Phil Team 6 remaining. I think the plant's going to happen here relatively soon from the landslides.
Yeah, this is an opportunity to go ahead and get that taken care of, and you see, yep, it is in the hands of Prestige there. Just seeing if they can get it off, and it looks like Snazzy is going to be looking to see if they can find any picks up in top heaven here just to kind of protect Prestige as they were getting that plant off.
1 enemy remaining.
And we do see Mr. Memphi manages to pick up Pax. We do have, it looks like Sky is over here. Skylex here on the Killjoy is up there. Unfortunately, the attackers will finish out that round by taking out everyone on Phil Team 6, bringing us to OM3. We do see Killjoy has their ultimate, oh sorry, that's Raze, has their ultimate online right now. I feel like we may see that to get some insane frags and an early plant coming out.
I love watching Ray's ultimate plays. It's the best part of Valorant, in my opinion. The big pack plays into the showstopper. So fun, so I'm excited to see someone that actually has it running.
Oh, are we going to see the wall? Is this the wall strat? I think it is. I am excited. Yes, do it. Do it, Prestige. Yes.
See.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wait, so are they gonna use this to pack over?
No way. Oh, okay. They just...
Oh, he tried and they couldn't quite get it off, but the big packs, nothing there with the showstopper. Oh, that would have been sweet.
We do have Vapor right there on the Omen chilling out, waiting for them to come in. We do see that the bot's been let out. Mr. Memphi's gonna find Vapor, however, so now we are down 2 for Phil Team 6 while all of the landsides are still up as Memphi manages to find the other Rays. And with that, now they've just got CC still not in the corner really low. Prestige finds Cozy, and now we're down to a 2v4.
Yeah, and you see how it got a kind of a cool Ares skin here coming out, and it looks like Serenity's just looking to see if they can pick up anything in ropes right now, just waiting for CC to try and get this push. And Pax and Serenity both are just kind of down there in ropes, just waiting to see if anyone's going to do anything, trying to bait it out, but I don't think they're going to. No reason for landslides to push here.
No, I do feel like those 2 Phil members that are down there in ropes are just going to wait and see if anyone goes in, and if not, just get out when that timer starts to tick down. Not even try to go for that exit frag. It's not really worth it. Just try and save. Yes, I do believe this is going to be the just try and get out alive strat.
Yeah, you saw the base just trying to come up there to see if anyone wants to push. Good decision from Phil Team 6 not to try and find anything, because they were going to be walking into a trap. It's a trap! It's a trap, Admiral Akbar. It's a terrible impression, but that was a good decision not to push into it from Phil Team 6.
Still have no ultimates online for either team, though I do believe that Sage is already very close to another res ability. I could be wrong, but we shall see. They've been popping off consecutively in these rounds. Sage does have that spike once again going for that plant. With that in mind, all of their team is grouped up yet again, and Phil Team 6, as expected, they are on the defense spread out, so hopefully they figure out where the plant's going to happen and all converge relatively quick, and do not let this score get too far ahead as it's a 4v0. It's 4-0 right now.
Yeah, and Cozy got their nanos just kind of set up in a place where they can get some info without having to do any crazy peeks. You know, you saw the alarm bots going out there and whatnot, so but it looks like Landslides was ready for it, and they're ready for the 2B in there. So it'll be interesting to see if how quickly Field Team 6 can get rotated back to this site.
We do have Omen with their ultimate ready as well, just trying to clear out the site here. CC's peeking up into heaven, trying to get some early picks as well. Unfortunately, the range just, it kills the damage.
Good shots, though. Good shots to find one.
We do see CC managed to pick up another one. Vapper's going to pick up CC, however. Cozy also did pick up Prestige, so now we're down to a 3v3. The spike is already planted, though. Vapper has their ultimate, as we mentioned, so we might see them go in, trying to get an early frag and then exit out. But as I say that, Mr. Memphi will pick up Vapper, and then Cozy will pick up Solistic, and then with that, the attackers will come out on top, taking out all of the defenders.
Wow, Field Team 6, they've got to get it going. You don't want to go down too big here on split. A 5-0 start is not ideal here. And shout out to Landslides, because we saw how good this Field Team 6 could be last week with some of the players that are here. So Landslides is just doing excellent work, just managing and winning those gunfights where they need to without being crazy aggressive.
Going into this next round, we do see we've got 2 ultimates on the side of Field Team 6, whereas it's just the Omen for the Landslides that has their ult. As we mentioned, we could see some ults come online because all of these players for the Landslides are fragging out quite a bit here. However, I feel like if Field Team wants to go for the retake here, they may have that chance with those ultimates that they have online. They just need to use them strategically. And as I say that, unfortunately, Prestige is going to find one of them rather quickly. So now they are down to 4 into 5. Landslides still haven't even tried to plant yet.
Yeah, and with Field Team 6, having that kind of a Killjoy Omen combo ult, there's some interesting things you can do there with kind of getting those containments, some of those TPs off. It'll be interesting to see how they decide to use it, if they decide to use it here at the same time. But those are 2 different ults that can really help stop plants and help retake sites. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they actually can utilize those to their advantage.
We did see Snazzy pop their ult and then get that spike planted. We're going to see a wall come out from Prestige as Mr. Memphi and Snazzy managed to pick up Vapper and Pax relatively fast. So now Field Team is down to just their Sage and their Killjoy, and unfortunately Killjoy and Sage will go down almost immediately with a team ace going to the Landslides.
Yeah, good shots there. You saw it looked like Field Team 6 almost had an angle there to find that opening, not necessarily an opening elim, but give themselves an opening here in this round, and it's immediately shut down by good shots. So yeah, that's tough. Landslides just continuing to do their thing. Yeah, right here. Thought they had a chance, and then nope. Sorry, dude.
Sometimes it just be like that. Going into this next one, we do have 3 members now on Field Team with their ultimates ready to go. We've got Jet on the side of the Landslides with their ultimate. It looked like Prestige tried to drop the spike onto Jet, and Jet was like, nah. And then Vapper, unfortunately, will find CC relatively fast. So now it is a 5v4 for the Landslides. Though being down 1 op may not be that bad for them, as we've seen them just constantly get multiple kills. Serenity, however, is going to pick up Mr. Memphi, so that brings them down another operative, just 3 standing. They need to do something here. They've got no ultimates online, however, so it's going to be a little bit hard for them to make something happen here. They need to pick a site and go and either, you know, get some picks or I guess just try and plant when no one's there.
Yeah, you can see the slow orb going down there on the other side of the wall. It's Serenity just trying to get a peek. The wall does go away here, so Serenity doesn't need to push right now. They can just wait, and you see another wall going up there from the side of Field Team 6, and there's Serenity's wall, and then the little Sage on Sage violence there.
Yeah, it looked like Serenity actually used that wall to force that Serenity, force the other Sage into the air with them, and they managed to find that kill really fast. So with that, Field Team 6 will come out on top on round 7 and bring us to 1v6. They have 3 ults online on both sides now, so it's going to be really interesting if we see those get popped here. Granted, we do know that the Sage abilities are just reses, so if no one goes down there, kind of no point in using them. But we may see it come into play here to kind of grab someone who, you know, is kind of your carry, and you just you res him, you say, now carry me.
Yeah, I gotta get him back up. And once again, more pack plays coming up from Skylixer there. Couldn't find anything with the showstopper, but good shots with the Judge. Love seeing a good Judge player.
Shadows traveling.
There's your wall strat again.
Yeah, it is, but using it a little bit different than I would have anticipated. That pack, I would have assumed that you would use that pack on the wall, but you know, maybe it just is not a good idea. I'll have to experiment with that one in the future.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, you know, getting that jump down, just getting that little extra boost. I thought that it would have been a pack on the wall, but don't think Mr. McMurphy found anything, or not Mr. McMurphy, but don't think they found anything there with that showstopper as well. So we're yet to see a showstopper Elam there, but the pack plays are always nice.
We do see that Jet for the landslides has popped their ultimate. The spike has been planted already. For Phil team, they are down their Sage, and honestly, they've got some abilities on their side that may allow them to go in. We do see the Killjoy's been dropped as well. And with that, landslides all go down, and they will be able to get the defuse.
Yeah, now has Phil Team 6 started to find their stride? That's the real question. Is this a case of it just took them a couple of rounds to get warm, and now they're starting to roll, or is it just maybe a lax in concentration from landslides? Because Phil Team 6 has looked really, really good these last 2 rounds.
And now we do have just the stages with their ultimates online. However, if they get picked early, unfortunately, that will not be good. We do see the snipers getting brought out as well. I really want to see a wall get used and just insta-pick.
Yeah, I would like to see that as well. I don't know that we'll see that. It just depends on if landslides has it, but I think you're right that it's always fun to see that. Well,
if you're not the person getting picked.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry to the person if you do get picked.
Exactly.
And we do see that so a little raise-on-raise violence occurred, and Mr. Memphi came out on top of that one. So Phil team is down 1 right now. It is in a spot where maybe if Sage can rotate there fast enough, they'll be able to get the res on their other teammate. However, it may not be worth it. They are on the defending side. We see some smokes get popped from multiple ops right there, and we've got CC with the line of sight on someone, but unfortunately Prestige and Cozy will see CC first, and Prestige will get the res out onto CC as well. So now it's a 2v5. Phil team is going to be struggling a little bit here.
I think if they can find a pick, then you're going to see Serenity try and get all those reses off. You don't need to try and res in a 2v5, but if you can get down to a 2v4 and then make it a 3v4, that'd be interesting. I don't know. It's probably getting too late in the round, though, for that. Raptors just trying to find anything they can there.
Oh, there's one pick, and then Serenity gets the res out on Cozy. Unfortunately, Prestige will pick up Vapor right there, though. So we're still down to a 2v4. And with that, the attackers, Mr. Memphi will pick up a double, and the attackers will win.
And we couldn't see exactly what was going on, but it kind of feels like Serenity was just literally just sitting there over the body waiting to pop that res as soon as Vapor could find an Elim, and I just don't know that that was quite the move, just because really everyone can hear that quip where you're getting rezzed and you know exactly where it's coming from, and you're just going to get double child. That's kind of a tough spot to use that res, I think.
It's painful.
Yeah, it really is.
All right, it looks like the site that's been picked is Site A. We do see, of course, that the Phil team is split between Site A and Site B. Omen is already rotating back really quick because there's enough noise being made over here by the landslides to know that the site that they're going to be on is A. However, a couple of those members for Phil team are still kind of in mid, as we do see Pax rotating around, trying to see if they can pick up any stragglers. There is someone looking right in their direction, however, and Pax is going to pick up Mr. Memphi, so landslides are down 1. Still have the ability to plant, though, so if they play this right, they can still come out on top.
Yeah, and you see Cozy's just kind of sitting over here on site. There is a big pick from Prestige. That was what they needed to get to try and even this back up.
We've got Cozy just chilling out over here. Like, do I want to plant right now? Is it safe to plant?
Bomb grenade out.
Yeah, just kind of vibing over in sight, just waiting to see who pushes, and it seems like they might actually be able to get this off. They've got they have no one around them, so might as well try.
We've got Serenity waiting up on the high, well, in heaven right there, so they're just trying to get information, see where everyone's at. Vapor's waiting still down on the point, kind of the default plant spot, so they know they're split now. It's honestly a matter of picking a target and going.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to have to be, and you see there's just kind of a lot of indecision up there in heaven. Vapor, that's a big opening Elim, and there's the TP coming through. I think that was just a little bit of a bait, just trying to see if they can get someone to peek something. So it's going to be whoever gets this first. Well,
and we are past the 5-second mark, so there is no time left to plant, and I don't think that's enough for people to get those frags out. So with that, the defenders will win. still though 3v7 and well 3-7 anybody's game right now. I'm really worried about this buy phase, however, because I feel like if you're on Phil team right now, I did not get a flash of their econ, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be either you force it or you just save.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going full buy and are going to force it. So you need to, I feel like if you are on Phil Team 6, you need to come out on top on this one.
Yeah, I think you're dead on. If you don't come out on top, you're really in trouble econ-wise going through these last couple rounds.
Ooh, and Pax with the early pick on Mr. Memphi.
That was important. That was super important, I think. And you see just a lot of abilities coming out. There's the Killjoy coming through, the attacking Killjoy. Just trying to push off Phil Team 6 out of the site if they can, but is this a bait wrap?
It looks like it was, as we do see that they're rotating back towards A. They're going quickly. There's still multiple members of Phil Team 6 over on point B. I don't think they've realized that it's happened just yet. Cozy did see that slow orb come out, so now they can tell their teammates that people are coming over, but it's going to be too little too late because the abilities are going to be used. CC's going to pick up Cozy right there. It's now a 3v4. The plant's going to happen from Prestige, and now if you're landslides, you just kind of chill out.
That's the second time we've seen landslides run that fake rotate, and I love that strat. It really is fun to watch, and it's really effective.
Oh, Prestige finding Serenity before Serenity can find Prestige, but Vapor will respond, taking out Prestige. The alarm bot's been triggered, so they know Vapor's right there. Vapor's gonna go down. Pax will find Snazzy, however, right after Snazzy picked up Skylar. So with that, it's now a 1v1, and Pax is trying to get that defuse, trying to use it as a little bit of a bait. Oh, and unfortunately, the Killjoy will pick up Pax. Oof. Oh, just in range of the detonation. That's unfortunate.
It's interesting. Pax could have held that defuse. They used it as a bait, like you said, but they didn't just like quick tap. They stayed on it for like halfway through the first half of it. So I guess math-wise that will be a quarter. They stayed on it for like the first quarter and then just jumped off. That was interesting. Different strategy there. Kind of threw off the timings, I think.
All right, so this is the last round before the half. It's spend everything, use everything that you have. We do hear the Raze pop their ultimate. No one's going to get picked up, however. We do still see that Sage and Omen have their ults as well for the side of the landslides. Serenity is going to pick up two, and then Prestige is going to pick up Serenity and get the res off, so that kind of nullifies that one. CC will pick up Pax shortly thereafter. Brings us to a 3v4 right now. Landslides with the man advantage and with the spike control, trying to control point B over here. I think they've got it because Prestige is going for that plant.
Look at the trigger discipline from Vapor there to get themselves in a good position. Now the TP comes out, get themselves back into heaven. What a play from Vapor.
That was huge.
Yeah, that was just so impressive to just see that discipline. Now the smoke's going to come out. Vapor's just kind of doing their thing right now. Trying to rekindle some of that form that they had last weekend. The wallbang shots. Oh, nope, Vapor got him. The teammate calls came out, and Vapor with that final elim.
Switching sides.
That brings us to 4-8, more in favor of the landslides right now, but that is okay. The site, we are now rotating, and we shall see if Phil team is just going to be able to pop off now on the offensive as opposed to being on the defensive. I always like to joke and say whichever side I don't start on, it's just like, oh, we're just not a defensive team, or we're just not an attacking team. We'll bring it back. So we'll see if Phil team can prove me kind of right here and just be like, all right, we kept our head above water just barely against the landslides for that first few rounds, but now we bring it back.
Yeah, I was just telling my teammates, yeah, we're just not a Valorant team.
Oh.
So at least you've got one side working for you.
Yeah, I pray that I do.
Be interesting to see kind of how that dynamic does switch, though. Some teams just are better at certain things, and that alarm bot giving some information here on that site, getting it off so Sage could get that ult orb up there, and Prestige already with an early elim.
Phil team is down to just 3 operatives remaining. Unfortunately, it's going to make this plant a little bit difficult. Mr. Memphi's looking down, trying to see if they can get some picks going through there. I don't think they'll pick anybody up, but they are going to send a bot down anyway. That's going to let them know if anyone's in that area. If someone's either going to shoot it or it's going to go off. They've got 1 or 2 options.
Pax just caught sight of the head of the Sage there with that frenzy. Just tried to get a couple shots in. Couldn't quite do anything. The stun's going to try and come out from him as well, but no luck there.
All members of the landslides are still standing right now. They are on the defensive. Phil team honestly has got to play this either for picks. Oh, and as I say that, multiple members go down for Phil teams just now. Pax with the spike going into a 1v3, and Snazzy will find Pax.
Snazzy knew exactly where they were. The smoke went down just to try and throw him off, and then the right click there. Good play, but Pax was starting to pop off that reload kill. The second one they had, that was nasty.
All right, I'm watching Phil team because I'm trying to figure out what the strat's going to be here, and it looks like it's just going to be a rush onto B possibly.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I always like watching the mini-map when there's one defending player over there with like 5 attacking players rushing a site. I just love like watching that first sign of like, uh-oh, they're all here, and just seeing how fast people just fly over to that site.
It's always horrible when one of your teammates is like, I need help, they're all here, help me please. Oh no, I'm gonna die, I'm dead.
I'm dead, they're all here, I'm dead.
Yep, that's
Classic
basically
calls.
all, that's call-outs, that's true call-outs right there. Top level play.
That's not a fun one to hear, ever.
And unfortunately, we will see the powerhouse of Vapor go down really quickly there. Now we are down to 4 players for Phil Team 6. And as I say that, we do see Mr. Memphi get a pick and Prestige get 2 more. A flawless victory right there for that round for Team Landslide. That was a bloodbath, to be blunt.
Yeah, that went quick. And then it was a little slow, and then all of a sudden, it was done. That was crazy.
Unfortunately, peeking before that wall goes up from your Sage is just not always smart. Hopefully it was communicated that that wall was planning on being put up, and next time they will wait.
Yeah, and the ops on the side of landslides as well didn't go off the map, so that's a tough moment as well for Phil Team 6. You got to try and counter that. Looks like this mid wall is going to come up here. There's the flash coming through. Prestige is going to get that wall up, and everyone's pushing mid here from the side of Phil Team 6.
We got Mr. Memphi, the one with that operator running away, making sure that they aren't in close range. It's never fun to try and use that at close range unless you're a god gamer, which can be to your advantage. Oh, and as we say that, Vapor also uses that TP and manages to go take out Prestige. Mr. Memphi will pick up Vapor, however, so that brings us to a 4v4. However, for Phil Team, they are looking really painful as their Sage and their Rays go down, and shortly thereafter, it's just Pax remaining.
CC got the 3 fastest kills I have ever seen in Valorant in a row. All of a sudden, it just like appeared. Oh, good trigger placement there from Pax.
Now it's just Pax into the Killjoy. However, Pax is hurting on health and Killjoy is full health. So it looks like Pax is going for that full rotation over to A. They've got enough time to do it. Oh, wait, nope. They've calculated each other. They know where they're at. And unfortunately, if you're Pax, but fortunately, if you're the Killjoy found them, got the crosshair placement first. And it's like that sometimes.
Yeah, that's how it goes. And, okay, I have to say, anytime I hear someone say calculated in gaming, this is terrible. But the only thing I can think of is that weird Fortnite emote that you could use where they were like, you like tap your head and you're like calculated. And so now that's what I expect these Valorant characters to do every time someone says, oh, it's a calculated play, and that's terrible.
I definitely stole calculated from Rocket League.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one on me way too many times when I am bad.
I feel. It's okay. We can commiserate on that one together. All right, so right now, looking at it, we've got Pax with their ultimate. We do see that Sage for the side of the landslides has their ult as well. But beyond that, no one has anything else to use. If you're Phil Team, you might need to use that to defend a defuse. Not really necessary to use Paxo's ultimate, I feel like, to engage. It may not be the smartest idea. For side of the landslides, though, I think they have figured out where Phil Team is because they're all together in one spot.
I can't tell if landslides... I can't tell if Phil Team's memeing because they like all have Odins, which is an interesting strat. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. Interesting.
And we do see CC is going to get Vapor really fast. And CC is also going to pop their ultimate and just kind of go around the corner, kill their ultimate. That was probably pretty smart. Serenity's still chilling out here behind the smoke, trying to see if anyone's going to peek. And as I say that, we do see Serenity pick up one and Skylar, but then Snazzy's going to pick up Skylar, and Pax is going to find Prestige. Cozy will find Snazzy. Oh my goodness, it was a very interesting strategy.
Did they just break the meta?
I think they did.
Off your feet!
Wait, and then there's the stun coming through. They're going to actually do this. They're just going to spray Odins into this corner.
It works, but CC is going to find one of them first, and Serenity will find CC, and the attackers win. I did not, honestly, Phil team, I'm going to be real with y'all. I did not foresee that one working out. I'm glad I didn't say anything, so you didn't make me eat my words, but yet no. Nicely done, but come on.
Hey, you know what, Sentinels? I know you just spent $5 million to get TenZ, but I hope TenZ can run the Odin, because we just saw the meta completely break from Phil Team 6. So, you know.
Watch him do it again. They're like, I'm gonna do it again. It's gonna work. They're never gonna expect it. We're gonna. Oh my gosh, they're doing it again.
I would say that would be kind of PogChamp. I'm not gonna lie. That is what a play. What a play.
Phil team.
Oh, the Ares is coming out, so it's not a full Odin. The meta's still kind of intact.
Kind of. So we do see CC is going to pick up Vapor right out the gate. So unfortunately for Phil team, they are down one, and their Sage does not have res. Landslide has their Resurrect ready, and as I say that, Skylar's going to get picked up by Snazzy. So I don't think breaking the meta on this one was working in their favor.
This is wild. I've never seen this before. I've never seen just everybody pull LMGs here. But I mean, it just works. Just look at the pepper spray just coming down.
I guess if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh, and then the TP right into the spray. Oh my gosh, what is going on?
How is this? I don't get it. We do see Serenity is going to res Vapor, but unfortunately Prestige was waiting for that one, so Vapor's going to go down immediately. Sage, it's a Sage v Sage violence happening right here, and now Prestige has got to get out of there because those LMGs are coming after them.
That's so horrifying. Just hearing like 3 people just spraying LMGs at you as you're running away. It's like a horror movie.
Oh my, I don't know how this is even remotely working. It's now 2-2. They've got 7 seconds to get that plant off, though, and nobody has the spike.
Oh, I thought that they were going to jump out. I thought Cozy was going to win that gunfight for a second. I'll tell you what, it's been a valiant effort. This is crazy.
What?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Give me more of this gameplay.
No way. They're not going to. There's no way they're gonna try a third time. I see one with it, but I don't think the rest of them have.
Boise State Valorant team, if you're watching, please do this.
Oh my
next time you play, I want to see this happen.
Oh, they are. They're doing it. They're doing it again. I think they're like, one of us did not have it. That is why we lost.
The Ares. It was the Ares' fault. But sometimes that kind of thing just happens, you know, where like you all just like, you go down big, you thought you were going to win, you go down big and you just pull something out just to like kind of meme, and then all of a sudden it works.
Unfortunately, Pax did get picked up fast, and then down goes Killjoy as well, and Omen. And with that, it is just Serenity, and Serenity goes down as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, Phil Team 6, you did fall, but you gave us some laughs because that was awesome. That was pretty dang cool.
I never had seen that before. I hope we see something similar in the near future. Thank you, Phil Team. That was glorious. Unfortunately, it did not work out in your favor, but it may work out in the future. Our champions for this match in particular, however, will be going to the Landslides.
Yeah, Landslides, pull it out in the final. please? If
Just
you
do it.
make
Copy
it,
the strat.
yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
Well, if you want to be seen by some expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you may want to join the club, and that club in particular is Esports Tower. Players get insider access to industry insights with our featured rumbles, such as this one right here. Recruiters are taking notice of these rumbles as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship, because, you know, Dr. Haskell is always here with us. Just saying, if you're looking at Boise State. Not trying to plant seeds or anything on anyone's head.
But maybe we are a little bit, because
I'm a little biased. Maybe a little biased.
Boise State's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the end of our second match. We do still have another one in store. We'll be taking a quick break and coming back for game 3 for this week, and then we will be bringing you the grand finals next week. So make sure you come and check those out. But be right back here in a couple of minutes. Grab some chips, grab some water, go to the bathroom, and check us out here in about probably, I'm going to say 3 minutes.
Good guess.
BFC is launching the greatest events of the summer, so gamers know that they are never alone. Brought to you by Antares Gaming and Never Alone Gaming, gaming teams that build a better future for mental health. And Esports Tower, paving the way for education in esports for the youth. We want the community to know that we stand together and we are united in spreading mental health awareness. We are also proud to announce that we are expanded into new games. This summer, gaming events are back.
Oh, no, come on! That's insane! Oh my God! No! Oh my goodness!
Tried to keep it in play.
Wow! It's over! Yodi gets it! Trix is your winner! He goes down 1 HP! Oh no!
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
to this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We're broadcasting it live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. I am your host, Artie Nerdy Bird Rain, and joining me is Riley Nappy Boyd. It is now time for our final game of the night to see who will be meeting next week in the grand finals. So make sure you come back to see the conclusion of all of these exciting matches come to a head. This has been two groups of three playing in a best of one group stage, and the top two teams will be advancing into the finals, which will be a best of three. All the teams in this week's event are gold and higher rank average rosters, with Vapor and Cozy returning from last week's Rumble and their championship, but are playing with Phil team. The landslide's looking dominant in Group A, while Group B was really close and had some intense matches. I'm very excited to see how this last one plays out, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, if it's anything like what we saw last time with the completely new meta strats, then I'm excited too, because that was awesome. That was super fun. Loved seeing that last time, and I'm really excited to see kind of how this last match works out.
Break the meta again. Just do it. That's what we want.
5 Buckies. 5 Buckies. That's what I want to see get pulled out now.
All right. Well, there is Riley's request to all of you. If we don't see it this week, we'll hopefully see it next week. Personally, I'd love to see all operators, but I know that's kind of crazy. With that in mind, though, you might want to ignore our words of advice and listen more to Doc's advice in the forms of Doc's keys. And those are callouts are critical. Watch those corners, call out ability usage, and track in an enemy econ. Doc's keys are presented today by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Yeah, and
I wonder if the call to go 5 Odins was a coach's call or a player's call. What do you think, Nerdy? Do you think that was who do you think that came from?
I'm going to say it was probably a player call. Sorry to throw y'all onto the bus, but it's probably the players. And for our next match, the players are going to be from Team Lightning and Team Tsunami on the map Ascent. I'm going to be blunt. This is not my favorite map. I know everyone hates it, but my favorite map is actually Icebox.
Oh my gosh, you're insane.
Yes.
You're cracked. That's nuts. How do you like Icebox?
Because I have great lineups on both attack and defense as Sage. So that is why I like Icebox.
Fair. You're crazy for that one, but I respect it. Because I can't play that map to save my life.
It's okay. Everyone hates it. I understand.
But that just makes you all that much better, because it's like, well, you guys are all bad at it, but actually I'm nasty at Icebox, so I'm just picking it every time, and we're winning every time.
Heck yes. So jumping into our last game of the night, as I said, this is Team Lightning against Team Tsunamis. We already saw Team Tsunamis earlier this evening, and they popped off quite a bit. Both teams scored early wins in this group, meaning the winner of this game will go to our grand final, so there's a lot riding on this one. Hopefully that pressure will not weigh down on these players' abilities in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see different compositions here coming out. You know, you see a Viper on the side of Lightning. You see that Phoenix on the or you see that, the Astra on the side of Tsunamis. So little different comps, and also a Killjoy Cypher change. So it'll be interesting to see who runs what and how that changes things here between these two.
Valorant currently for Team Lightning is playing on that Sage, is a very aggressive Sage player, so that makes me very happy. I'll be keeping a close eye on them throughout the course of this round. Also, I'll be keeping an eye on the Viper, because I have heard that they are a fragger for their team.
Wait, there's a player named Valerie.
Yes.
Valorant. Inception. Interesting. That puts a target on your back.
We do see a slight split push coming here from Team Tsunami, as we see Zizo, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, is able to take out Rezkin on that Jet very quickly. We do see Raze is low on health. Hopefully their Sage is able to find them and help them heal up a little bit. However, they are up one operative. We do see Astra has the spike, and it looks like they are basically committing to this point A, but they need to get some picks here in order to make this a successful push.
Yeah, you see that Cypher Cage going up there and kind of in that garden area, just trying to stop anyone pushing through, get across safely there, and the kills coming through thick and fast now in this site. Everything's just going their way. The trade's coming through. There's the stun and the right-click, big shots there too. That was important to kind of get this down to a 2v2.
The spike has been planted as well, as Yasuke is going to pick up Mr. Punch, and then Dotbot will find, I think that's Clids is how did he say that name? I'm not positive. It might just be Kids. I'm just going to call it Kids. Sorry, man.
Yeah, Dotbot with the big time right click there. We saw this already out of Dotbot. We've seen this out of Dotbot actually for a while now. The last couple of times that we've casted him or them or whoever they are, we don't know some of the players behind the sticks, but they've just been doing serious work. So not surprising to see Dotbot doing work again.
We do see it looks like we've got Jet just choosing to stick with that Ghost for this round, so probably saving a little bit for Team Tsunami. That's totally understandable. Sometimes double pistol rounds just happen.
Yeah, you know, early in the game, you know, that getting that econ, no reason to just try and push it right now. Tsunami already has that 1-0 lead. I keep wanting to say 1-0, that's not right. And there's Dotbot using that Spectre to find the pick, and the Frenzy comes back from Punish.
Yeah, they will pick up Dotbot, unfortunately. So now we're down to a 4v3. The Tsunamis are kind of, I hate to say it, surrounded in as Mr. Punish is managing to find 2 more. Yeah, Chips has the spike, planting the spike, but Zizo will pick up Rengoku as well as Valorant picks up Chips, and that plant will not go off.
Yeah, and now we see kind of this 1-1 coming through. The eco is going to be a little bit different. You know, it seems like what ends up happening so often is a 2-0 those first 2 pistols. So now 1-1 kind of balances the eco, pushes back those huge full buys. So that'll make things interesting. But yeah, this is tough when people start falling and then it's a 3v1 and they're all in the same place. It's like that. How do you win that? How do you win that kind of a round there at the end when it's a 3v1 like that?
We do see Dot going out and planting their smokes very early. Dot also has the spike. Looks like they're looking to go through main right now. We've got a split push coming out from the Tsunamis. You can see on our minimap in the upper left hand, we've got Jet rotating hard left side to go towards B. Maybe possibly calling out to their team that everyone's already rotated towards A. We might see a sneaky rotation come out from Team Tsunami here.
Chips shaking out that bot there. There's starting to be some information there that's maybe exactly where Lightning's gonna be. There's Lux just finding one with that Spectre. Like you said, Lux looking to be kind of a top fragger for their team, so be interesting to see if they can keep that up.
Unfortunately, Rengoku will pick up Lux. Valorant will find Rezkin. Rengoku will then find Valorant as well, and Zizo will then find Rengoku. So we're down to a 2v1. No one has the spike. 51 seconds remaining. Still plenty of time to make something happen. But honestly, now I think it's just play for picks.
Yeah, if you're Yasuke here, you know, you try and find one, get yourself all that much closer to your ult. You're only 2 away. Molly is going to kind of go out those hot hands, just getting some movement. If they can find that one, that's big. The problem is, looks like Kids was just ready to just kind of chill there. And
that reload, it always kills you.
It's a true story. True story. Would you rather die because you were reloading or die because you didn't reload? Because both of those are highly frustrating situations.
Honestly, I would rather die because I didn't reload.
Fair, fair.
And it does look like for Team Lightning, they have decided to go with full buy this round. So they're just gonna, you know, pick a spot, defend it, and just hold out.
Yeah, you see Lux here just waiting to use some of those abilities there in this kind of hallway area. You see TGE sees that toxic pool kind of going down there and waiting to see if anyone wants to push out around it, but no such luck, and they just kind of figure it's safe to wrap this back mid.
Oh, and Valorant's gonna pick up Dotbot. Rezkin will find Zizo as well, and with that, they're kind of just gonna use the wall, try to run away. Sage is looking for a heal on one of their teammates as they're a little bit low. Sage is also gonna take some fire, so now they need to heal up themselves. They are down to 30 health. That's always a risky situation to be in. They do use their heal. It's a 3v4 right now. Team Tsunami has 1 extra operator, but that does not always mean you'll come out on top.
Yeah, and you see there's the run it back coming through from Tsunami, so this is basically like having 5 for a moment back. Just see if they can get any information, and it looks like that's a big elim there from Punish. Punish finds another one as well. Those are clutch, and then Valorant finds a 3rd. So all of a sudden, Tsunamis go from man advantage to down 2. The wallbang shots trying to come through, I think, but nothing there. There was a cheeky little spot, but couldn't find anything. TGE with those plants, so now they just got to try and defend a 3-man push.
They find one in the form of Lux, so now it's a 2v1. Just gotta pray they don't get those wall bangs out on you. The slow orb does come out right on top of Spike, so they can kind of guess where they're gonna be looking out for them. They're trying to get this the picks out onto Mr. Punch. Mr. Punch, however, will eventually go down to Valorant. Now Valorant's just gotta get that defuse.
Valorant with a good play there, finding the wall bang, using that post to your advantage. That was good shots there, and they knew exactly where the Phoenix was gonna be there at the very end. So good plays there at the end to kind of close that round out.
This was just huge. Huge.
Yeah, big shots indeed to kind of open that round up. And it really did open it up because it was kind of slow, and then it was just like, bam, quick 2-piece mid. Everybody go, go, go.
And we do see for Team Lightning, they're going with full buys this round as well. They are kind of in a situation where they can do that. If they come out on top of this round, they're really going to break the econ for Team Tsunami, so Tsunami needs to be careful.
You see Tsunami's got 3 ults online there, so does Lightning, but Lightning maybe, they've got that Raze ult online, so maybe a little bit more aggressive. I guess you do have Jet as well from the side of Tsunami, so it'll be interesting to see if anyone wants to start pulling those. Valorant tries to use that angle over the wall, but they can't find a headshot there. That feels bad.
Zizo does use the showstopper and take out Yasuke right there, so now they're up 1. However, Lux also gets TGE, despite TGE having the advantage there with the early peeking. Rengoku will pick up Lux as well, so now we're down to a 3v4 for the side of the Tsunamis. They've got to either get some picks or get a plant started. This is going to be a little bit of a difficult situation, as we do see Valorant takes out Chips almost instantly, but now Zizo's looking right at Rengoku, but Zizo will go down, and Punish will take out Dotbot, so it's just Sage remaining for Team Tsunami.
See Rengoku here is just kind of hanging out with that Phantom. The flash has to come out. Good shots there. Can they find the second? They try to get the snap. They know where the other player is. Tries to avoid the flash. No such luck.
That was so close, Rengoku.
That's such an OP corner to be sitting in. It really is. Almost a crazy play. Holy cow, that was sweet.
Unfortunately for Team Tsunami, I do think their econ now is in a very rough situation. So we do see, I think we're probably going to see some half buys happening, not full buy, but we'll have to see. I don't know if we'll get lucky enough to be able to see what's going on, to see if they bought full shields or not. But we also do see that Jet has that sniper, so I think they are just going to force this one.
Yeah, Jet up here going mid, see if they can find a pick, use those updrafts to get over those walls. Try and counter what has been a very standard play here from Valorant, just sitting back on those back steps. And there's the Jet op, TGE doing their thing once again. Reskin, we saw them last week on Meteors. We see them now on this Tsunami's team taking care of business. But that Zizu Phantom kill onto Rengoku is going to be a nice little trade to start that back. Oh, Zizu wait. What? Was that a pack kill?
Yeah, I believe so. Unfortunately, Lux will then find Chips right away, bringing us to a 2v3. The spike is down. The defenders have dropped their Killjoy, so now they got to be careful, as we do see Klids is going to get taken out as well by Reskin. Reskin is a reoccurring player. They were on Team Meteors last week, but they've been moved over to a new roster, and it's proving to be to their advantage as they're popping off quite a bit. Now it is just Killjoy into Phoenix. I'm not making any bets here.
Yeah, Yasuke, you better get that op back for TGE because they've been popping off with it, so you got to try and find a way to get it back. But
BG. Oh, Mr. Punish doing exactly what their name says.
Good one.
Thank you.
Good one. You're getting the better puns this week. You are winning the competition.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. I sometimes try.
Yeah, that was a big pick there. Tsunami's, the op was kind of the play there, and unfortunately now you see TGE going back to non-opping, which is too bad.
I don't think they had the econ to get another op, honestly, so unfortunately it's just not in the cards for this one. But we do see, I believe we've got one player on the side of Lightning who did pick up an operator. We see Lux using their ultimate quite early there, and someone goes running right in and gets taken out, so now Dotbot's down. Tsunami, unfortunately, now down another player. Yasuke is going to go down as well, so they've got 3 people standing. They still have the res, but it's just not going to be in a spot where anyone's going to be able to get rezzed.
Yeah, unfortunately not. You see Chip there just running with that strat, just kind of hip-firing into the into the screen there from the Viper. You see there's the Marshall coming out from the side of Valorant. They've just been hanging out on those mid steps this entire time. The double peek comes through and they can't quite find. Looks like TGE was trying to find a double and they couldn't quite find it.
We're going to get a replay of some of this intense play right here. Not going to lie, using that Viper ult so early, I did not foresee this working out in their favor as much as it did. But obviously, I was proven wrong. Thank goodness I didn't voice what I was thinking at that time because Lux picked up 2 shortly thereafter.
Yeah, Lux tried to jump out and get that almost like an ego chow there. Just didn't quite work out for him. So that's going to lead to that it worked out in the end because his teammates were able to come and clutch up for him, but yeah, that was a intense round there in the mid.
We do see Phoenix is going to take a lot of fire very early on. It's going to go down quite low. Lux is going to pick up Rengoku also, so there goes the heals for Team Tsunami. Phoenix can still heal themselves up though, and they're doing just that. We have Astra with the spike right now. 4 ultimates online for Team Tsunami, just the res online for Team Lightning. So if they use these ultimates right, they may be able to balance this out and start winning these rounds. We do see the wall's going to come out from Phoenix. And oh! Oh, the ace from Lux! That was huge!
Wait, what? No chance!
Take us back. Let me see this again.
The ego child through the wall!
That was... Oh my gosh, such big gamer.
I mean, the flick through the stun, and then there's the Phoenix wall, and there's like, yeah!
Just all right there, dominoes. Holy cow, that was insane. Beautiful, beautiful.
We have a mantra with some of my buddies in our Discord. We have one of our servers named Show Up and Chow. That I think that kind of exemplifies the Show Up and Chow way to live.
Yes, and TGE definitely. Rezkin was a little grumpy about that one, taking out Vex in return rather quickly. The run it back, coming in clutch right there for Phoenix. Rengoku is going to pick up Zizo as well, bringing us to a 3v2. Lightning has got 3 ops standing. They do have res. The plant has gone off as well. I don't foresee the stage being able to get that res, however. And also, I think that's the, yes, the Astro Wall was cast as well.
Yeah, this, all of a sudden, this game's pace has gotten absolutely crazy all of a sudden. The pace, the abilities being used, it's the shots are just going crazy all over the place. This is fun to watch here. This is how Valorant should be.
We do just have Valorant standing for their team, and I'm going to be blunt, Valorant. You are a clutch and a obviously a fragger, but I don't foresee a 5v1 working on your favor. So yeah, going smart, just getting out. Best way to go about that one.
Check the game sense there, though. I mean, just shooting exactly where they were. I mean, you couldn't find the Elim there, but I mean, they knew exactly when you were going to be pushing over into that mid wall, and Valorant almost found an Elim there just from a crazy random wallbang.
I foresee that this is going to be Tsunami's trying to close this gap. They did very well on that last round. Their econ's gonna start getting a little bit more balanced here for sure in their favor. So perhaps, you know, this is it. This is the comeback for Team Tsunami.
I think the way it's gonna have to happen here is Tsunami at some point Jet's gonna have to pull knives here. Try and find an Elim or 2 so they can save up and get that op as well without actually having to buy. But looks like TGE is not listening to me, which seems to be the intelligent play, because there's a tailwind. There's a third. Oh my goodness, TGE doing work.
There is one in heaven. They're going to chill out here in hell. They're trying to get those wall bangs off. They did barely hit their foot. Valorant, however, is going to pick up chips up there. They do now see Rezkin, so Rezkin's going to go down as well. So Valorant got Dotbot and Rezkin back-to-back. It is now a 2-2. Both stages have their reses up. I don't think they're going to use them, however, because no one's really in a spot where it's easy to res. And as I say that, Rengoku picks up Valorant. So now the defuse is halfway off, and unfortunately, Mr. Punish, you will go down to Rengoku.
I've always thought that's one of the hardest shots in Valorant. Coming off of a partial defuse, trying to come right off of that and snap into an Elim, that is so difficult. So props to you for trying it, but unfortunately it just didn't quite work. And what a response too there. Responding to a 3-piece with a 3-piece as well. That was big, because that could have gotten ugly really quickly, and that round could have definitely went to the side of Tsunami's if Sage hadn't found that 3-piece.
We do have for Team Lightning, they've got 3 ults online. That Showstopper, the Res, and the Poison Cloud, which I do, nope, did not fully get deployed, but was used anyway, so TGE took that out mid-deploy. Unfortunately, that's always a painful situation to be in. We do hear Raze pop their ultimate as well, so now it's just the Res online if you are that Sage for Team Lightning. We still have Knives and Res up for Tsunami, and they have the spike and the man advantage right now.
See Dot just kind of bouncing in and out of that astral plane, just getting stuff down. Looks like Kids is going to get found there in that mid area. Zizu with the big find. Can they find a second? The reload goes the wrong way, though. It's unfortunate. And here's Tsunami once again just trying to work their way back into this game. You called it, Nerdy. They're starting this comeback now.
And Rengoku got that Res off this round as well. Valorant's going to find Reskin, however. It's 2v4. The plant already happened for Tsunami. If you're Team Lightning, I don't really know what to suggest beyond try to get some picks. Dotbot is going to find Valorant, however, and Mr. Punish.
Good shots from Dotbot there to finish that round off. 2 nice elims there to finish it off and bring this back to a 7-4. You get this to a 7-5, and it's about as even as you're going to get. This has been a fantastic half of Valorant.
All right, and as you heard, it is the last round before the house, so if you're unfamiliar with this game, that means all of the econ that everybody has, they spend it now or they lose it. You use your ult or you lose it after this round, so this is kind of the opportunity to frag if you've been hanging on to that ult for an extended period of time. Hopefully, you know, honestly, I want to see everyone use their ult.
Yeah, I got a feeling that we'll definitely see Jet. I'm hoping for a Jet op combo with the Knives coming out, and you hear the Knives getting pulled now. There's Yasuke with a big elim to find the other Phoenix. So now you have the Astral Wall in play, and there's TGE going down. That's huge.
Mr. Punish will find Redskin, but Dotbot found Mr. Punish in return. Team Lightning is hurting on the operative numbers front. They are down 1. The plant looks like it's going to happen here at point B. Sage is trying to rotate through mid. The spike has been planted now. It's just a matter of sitting and waiting to see if they try to come in. There is honestly, if you are on the spike right now, there is no point to push out. Just defend it.
Yeah, you see 2 backside there. There's the res coming through, though. Is the bait going to be enough? The stun goes out, but they can't find the kill, and so now you're down to a 3v4. This is getting tight. 3v3.
Lux does go down to Yasuke right there. We see a couple grenades getting launched, trying to go into the back there. Mr. Punish will pick up Rengoku. Valorant will find Yasuke, so now it is just the Cypher remaining.
And there's the elim. Do they have time to get the defuse off? It's going to be really tight.
And,
oh, they got it.
And yes.
No,
oh my goodness. Chips with the from the grave clutch.
Wow. What a round. That was insane. What a round that was.
It's always difficult to really determine if you've got enough time to defuse that spike. Like, yes, the sound cues are there. It does give you a relative amount of time of how much is remaining. But when you're in those last couple of seconds, it's like, can I do it? Can I do it?
Yeah, and especially, you know, sometimes like when we're casting here and like we don't have like our game sound in our headphones cranked up to 12 like we would when we're playing. Sometimes like those beeps sound a little bit different. And so like there, it sounded like they had plenty of time, but in reality those beeps were just flying through. And they did just enough to hold them off to make sure they couldn't get that defuse off and win that round. So 7-5, what a first half.
And it does look like Team Tsunami is going, Team Lightning is choosing to go with more of a save, all pistols once again this round. More than likely, everyone's going to have pistols. If someone decided to actually spend all of their creds to get something other than a classic, I will be surprised. We do see a couple of ghosts out as well, pretty standard. No one's trying to be a hero here, which is great. I know that sounds horrible, but you don't want to be that player that's just like, I'm going to go broke.
Yeah, it's all about that econ, and these first couple rounds, these first pistol rounds always have such a huge impact on the way the half's going to go. You know, finding those pistol rounds can be huge. There's Dotbot finding one finally. This had kind of been slow developing, and now you see there's the alarm bot going out as well. Just kind of creeping around is Dotbot here, looking to see if he can find one more head to pop to see if they can get this round truly going.
We do see Chips taking out Mr. Punish right there, but then Klids will find Chips, bringing us to a 4v3. As I say, it's down to a 2v4 as Rengoku finds Lux. Klids will find Yasuke, so it brings us to a 2v2. Klids is now going to get that plant off. Hopefully they have enough time, and Rengoku will find Zizo. The plant has happened, but 3v1, Phoenix, you're in a rough spot.
Yeah, this is tough. Rengoku's been hitting some really nice shots this round. Now you get that defuse off. They're going to get it at least half. Yeah, it was just a half bait. Klids is going to try and rotate around. You see the hot hands coming out to see if they can stop the push onto site. The frenzy. Oh, good shots.
Just get the get Astra. It's just Astra. Oh! Dotbot with the kill and the defuse. Nicely done.
And the bait, too. You heard, you know, they already had it halfway. You heard the bait. Just a quick tap. Just make them think, okay, yep, they're going for the full defuse. In reality, Dotbot was just chilling there waiting for you to come right around the corner. Good shots with this frenzy, though. And the hot hands, good play.
We do see we've got Phoenix on the side of Lightning with that ultimate ready to go. That may come in handy, especially if they're trying to just, you know, run in and frag out. I personally always really find that ultimate annoying as crud. But, you know, if it's your ult, it's always in your favor.
Mm-hmm. It's a true story. See what, see if they decide to use that run it back now, and it sounds like they will. You see it get popped early here. Here comes Klids running through this site. They got a little bit of information. They know there's a sage there. They're going to fly through, find one. Now the run it back's over. There's the spike down, and it's already down to a 3v2. How quickly this round's developed.
Valorant is getting that plant off, however, so spike is secured. It's just a matter of making sure that you can stay alive now if you are trying to defend that spike. It is a 3v2, so you have the man advantage. You just... don't be dumb. It's my only words of advice here. Don't be dumb.
That's good advice always. Don't be dumb. I like it. Just play this defense smart. You see that wall just kind of making sure that it has to be a little bit more of a wide peak, cutting off some vision angles there. The stun's going to go over the wall. See if they can't find anything, but it looks like, oh, that was just a great play from Valorant, just waiting on that and not looking at that stun.
Yes, and with that, the attackers will win that round, bring us to an 8-6. It's still anybody's game, however, we're going to get a replay of this fantastic strategy used here to just take out these remaining defenders up top. That was nicely done. The slow plus the wall just honestly kind of ruined their ability to go forward very quickly and take advantage of this flash that came out. And then Valorant just mowed through them.
Yeah, Valorant was just kind of chilling down there in the corner, and that'll do it to you, unfortunately.
We do see Team Tsunami, unfortunately, now is having to go for an econ round. They are hurting a little bit on those credits, and that's understandable. They can come out on top on this one. They'll be able to even things up a little bit. For Team Lightning, however, they were able to full buy, so this is going to be a little bit difficult if you're on Team Tsunami. You have almost nothing, but, you know, underdogs still can come out on top.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they play it. It's all going to be a matter of those positionings, and you see Rengoku, excuse me, just kind of waiting to see if someone wants to push around this boathouse area. Dotbot sees them all coming through.
Oh, that's rough. That is really rough.
It's the stuff of nightmares right there.
Yeah, like, you hope one straggler comes back your direction, not all of them. As we do see, Lightning is now rushing A with the understanding that there's almost nobody there. They're probably going to, Valorant's going to get an easy plant. Now it's just a matter of securing that point and making sure that the three that are still remaining for Tsunami can't get value as Rengoku takes out Mr. Punish in return for taking out Chips, bringing us to a 3v2. I unfortunately think Lightning's got this round in the bag, so to speak. But we'll have to see as we see Klids take out Yusuke, and as I say that, the round is over and the attackers have won.
Yeah, they had that pretty well set up. They knew exactly where they were going to come from. All angles were taken care of, and it was a 2-on-1 in pretty much any single gunfight you could have imagined. So, tough situation there if you're Tsunamis.
We've got the Astra Wall plus a res ready on both sides. However, for Team Lightning, they do have that econ advantage. Tsunami's really hurting right now. It looks like for Team Tsunami, however, they're basically going to full buy, except for one person going with light armor and just going to force it. They need to win this round if they want to keep that, try to balance out that econ a bit more and try to drop the econ coming out from Lightning. It's going to be a rough one.
Yeah, you can't really afford to be going down too much money here this late in the game because you can't be in a situation where you gotta run classics when there's, you know, 2 rounds to game over. So, especially when you're trying to get into a grand finals type situation, you know, you don't want to go out T3, T4. You want to come out in that grand final. So, you got to make sure that you can force and win rounds. And there's the tailwind there from TGE just kind of getting away, just closing off a quick angle.
We do see Rengoku manages to find Zizo there, bringing us to... Well, as I was about to bring out the numbers, we've got a 3v4 going on, but then the res will come out from Sage onto their Killjoy, bringing back Mr. Punish. Lux, unfortunately, will take out Chips. And now it's just 3 members remaining on Team Tsunami. They do still have that res, however, so they might be able to even out these numbers if there's someone in a spot that's resable.
Yeah, but for the time, Rengoku is just going to try and wrap down kind of through this mid area. Dotbot with the 2 huge elims there. That's going to be critical. Get it his back close. Dotbot just kind of mulling through right now. It's down to a 3v1.
Placing swarm grenade. 30 seconds left.
Stuns.
Oh, and with that, Yasuke will pick up Mr. Punish, and the defenders will come out on top of that round. Nicely done. That's going to help out your econ just a tiny bit.
Yeah, you needed that one. You keep the score still within a couple of rounds. That's how it has to be. Like I said, these guys know, you know, T4 is not where you want to finish. T3 is not where you want to finish here. You want to get up into that grand finals. You know, you want to make it to the next week. So super important to win these here. It looks like if I have to bet, I see the classic on the side of Tsunamis, which tells me knives are probably coming out here, probably pretty early. And yep, you see it there. It is. No need to buy a gun when you have the knives in here. So Tsunami's going to be a little bit aggressive here. Seeing Jet just going to be flying at people.
Taking that back. Recovering it. Need that back.
Jet is playing really slow here, trying to just see if they can get someone trying to rotate sneakily behind them here. All members of Team Lightning are, it looks like, deciding to push on to point A. So if you are, my apologies. Yeah, Team Lightning is looking like they're all going to push on A. So if you're Team Tsunami, I think it's about time you figure out that you need to wrap back around towards A instead of staying over by B.
Yeah, and I think that Dotbot's just starting to get some of those astral plane smokes up. You see the shots going through here into more into that hallway there, and it looks like he's just chilling, being patient, no reason to be aggressive. You know, you throw too many of those knives and you're in trouble. Now they know where they're all at, and the knives can't get anything.
Valorant will pick up Reskin right there. The wall and the flash are both going to go out. The Sage on the side of Tsunamis is really hurting right now. Killjoy on the side of Lightning is also hurting. Sage is going to heal them up. For side of Tsunamis, they are down 1 right here. Spike Carrier was killed though for Lightning, so now we're even down on the operator numbers front. However, as I say that, just more and more bodies are dropping, and it's now bringing us to a 3v3. They've got 8 seconds to plant. It only takes 5, so they have enough time as long as they don't get disrupted right here.
Yeah, and Yasuke knows where they're at, kind of, you know, that Cypher Dart is going to kind of reveal where they're at. Good shots from Yasuke go. Now they're running back, coming out, seeing if they can bait out, see if they're on the spike. Maybe try and pop it here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, there's the tap coming through and the run it back, but Mr. Punish ready for it.
That was dirty. Unfortunately, that run it back was placed in just a too open of a spot. It happens. Rengoku is going to try and get it, but unfortunately Mr. Punish will take out Rengoku as they land. And with that, our score is now 10-7. Still anybody's game, but if you are on the side of the Tsunamis right now, you are looking to come out on top of this next round.
Yeah, I love the run it back. The run it back was there solely for the fake tap, which is such a cool play. I love that so many people want to use that run it back to go and get aggressive in sites and stuff. Yasuke just ran that literally just to go in and bait the tap. That's big brain plays.
Team Tsunami's looking like they're going for a half buy this round, trying to just honestly break the econ of the enemy team as much as they can. We do see the wall coming out from Rengoku as well. It looks like the commit push here on B is basically there. There is a poison wall up as well. They're kind of getting closed in. We do see Rengoku go down to Valorant, so with that, it is now a 4v5.
Yeah, you see there's the slow going out. There's the smoke screen, or the poison cloud, excuse me, going out. Kids is just kind of chilling in boathouse here, waiting to see if there's anyone coming through. The doors are going to come down. It's just madness over here on that side. He finds one, can't find a second. Chips with a huge elim with that Spectre there.
And unfortunately, Chips will go down to Mr. Punish right there. It's now a 3v2, however. 3v2s can still turn. We see Mr. Punish take out Yasuke, however, and so now it's just the Jet remaining, and with that, Mr. Punish picks up another one and bringing Team Lightning to a score of 11-7.
And we see a swarm grenade kill as well coming up. So we've seen a pack kill and a swarm grenade kill on this map. good use of the abilities here from both sides, just using them to their advantage in some ways that we don't always get to see them used.
It's big brain play.
Yes. Yes, it is.
As Doc would say, don't die, get value. I think they're doing that.
Yeah, I would agree.
So if you're Team Tsunami right now, honestly, last round was an econ round. I think this one's probably going to be another econ, unfortunately. And they have to win this one.
Yeah, you don't want to go down 12-7. You know, you want to keep this close. You know, keep this in about 3 rounds. Everyone knows now Dotbot's right there, but what he doesn't know is that there's 5 of them right there in mid.
Run away, Dotbot, run away!
Yeah, now it's kind of a wrap over here into this T site here. You know, just kind of waiting on this, I guess. That terrorist spawn, just waiting to see if someone's gonna push through, but no one's up on like heaven up into the CT, so unfortunately it's not gonna play out the way that Tsunamis want, as it's a quick wrap all the way back around to the B site.
Yeah, Team Lightning's rotating rather fast. It's only Cypher over on site B, but I do think a couple others have picked up on the rotation about to happen here. Yes, they have, I think. Yes, possibly. No, there's still 3 chilling out at A right now.
Just wait till Chips gives them all the information that they're about to get, though, and you'll see them all scurry over to this B site. I think the camera's right up in this area. Plus the sound cues.
Yeah, they're stomping,
loud.
so they're not even trying to hide their presence. Run. Chips is probably telling them now, yeah, they're here, help.
Ooh, but they got the Killjoy set up. This is a nice play. They wrapped around, got that Killjoy located and down to stop the pushes out. Good plays.
And with that, the defenders do win, so they bringing it back if you're Team Tsunami. Nicely done, evening it out the score a little bit, breaking the econ down just a tiny bit from Team Lightning. I do believe this will give them the ability to have a full buy and just force a point here, and that may prove to be into their advantage. Honestly, I do hope they have enough to full buy.
Yeah, and we're pretty much to the point now where it's forces if you don't have enough, because you can't afford to be dropping rounds at this point. There's no eco rounds left. It's all or nothing.
One thing that makes me sad is no ops, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah, those are electric in late game, that's for sure.
We do have Team Lightning only has their res online. However, Tsunamis has Cypher's ult, so if they at any point in time when they choose to pop that, they're going to have a plethora of information at their feet. When they honestly, I would have popped it now to try and figure out where the heck they were rotating if I were Team Tsunami, but that's me.
But you got to get that body first, remember, so you can't just throw it down immediately. As soon as they find that first pick, that's going to be critical to get that off, and I bet you're right. As soon as they do get one, they are going to try and get this off, because any information you can get, the better.
We do have Team Lightning kind of split right now. 2 players still trailing behind a little bit. I think they're going to officially commit to A, but we'll have to see. We've got the alarm bot in mid, so it's kind of got the jet trapped over there from Team Lightning, as you can see. So this is going to be, sorry, from Team Tsunami. So it's going to be interesting if Team Lightning pulls this off. The doors are going to go down, and Dotbot's going to pick up 2 and 4.
Wait,
and
what
then
just happened?
Mr. Punish will pick up Dotbot shortly thereafter. So Lightning only has their Killjoy standing right now, and they are very much so hurt.
I'm very confused as to what just occurred and how Dotbot found 4. I didn't even see 4 in that area.
What? Okay, so there's the flash. What?
So they just were...
What?
Yeah, I don't even know.
My brain is not working on that one. That's okay.
Good plays from Dot.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Very good plays indeed. And so now you see back to this 11-9. The eco is continuing to build towards even at this point. So these 2 teams are getting it tight in here. You know, no one wants to go out in this this late stage. So it's fun to see these teams play for their tournament lives.
It looks like it's going to be a full commit push here onto B. We do see the Cypher traps coming out. Chips is hiding for their life right now.
Just playing backside, just waiting to see if anyone wants to push. Chips does. It looks like Dotbot's actually going to find another one. Dotbot's on a tear right now. Dotbot finds another one. Oh my goodness, Dotbot is doing work.
Chips is going to find one as well, and another one, and with that, the defenders will win that round. Nicely done, Team Tsunami. It is still anybody's game, and yikes, this is a close one.
Yep. This has been fantastic to see how this team's worked their way right back into this game. It looked like it was starting to maybe get towards that over type situation, and now all of a sudden, Chips and Dotbot doing work, keeping their team right in it, and backs with 10-11.
We do still have the Astra Wall. We've got the running back ready, the Res ready, and the Cypher ult. So, I do think Reskin went for the operator. So am I going to see some sneaky op kills? We do see the wall come out. Lux is just going to destroy it right away. The slow orb's also going to come out. Lux, I just don't push it. Don't push it. We do see, unfortunately, Reskin's going to get taken out by Clids right away. So there goes any hope of me seeing some operator kills. Hopefully one of their teammates picks it up and saves it for him.
And just look at how much is being invested into this mid site. Viper's throwing stuff at it. You see Phoenix is throwing stuff at it. Raze is throwing stuff at it. And in the end, it comes out in 2+ for the side of Lightning there just from that mid push. But Chips gets that camera info. That's huge. If Chips can find one, you may see a Cypher will get popped here.
I don't foresee that being in the cards here. We do see Mr. Punish is managing to get that plant secured. And I'm pretty sure, yes, all members of Team Lightning are just on point B with 2 players standing from Tsunami. It looks like their goal is to just get out and stay alive. And I think that's honestly the smart move here. Save as much as you can and just don't die.
See, the op did get picked up, it looks like. So Chips is just kind of hanging out here on the other side of the map. I think you called it just right. Yeah, you see there's Astra, Dotbot, just kind of waiting to see if anyone wants to push and be aggressive. But
there's really no point if you're Team Lightning.
It's a true story. That spike's going to be down, planted. So wait it out. Wait to see if anyone pushes. Kind of have to concede the round. That's unfortunate. But you know that if you can get this next round, you can keep pushing this game out and out and out.
And Team Lightning is choosing to push out, but Chips will pick up Zizo, which will help things out just a tiny bit in the next round. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll pick up another kill before the end, and they do not. We are at match point right now for Team Lightning. However, Team Tsunami may still win this one, and I do believe you have to win by 2 no matter what. So Team Tsunami can bring this back still.
Yeah, most definitely. One round can change the entire way this thing's going here, and you see the op is still on the side of Tsunami's. That was a great play to get it picked up, get it back to Reskin, who has been nasty with it. And obviously, Jet op combo is really, really good. So it'll be interesting to see if that can kind of swing this balance right back to the side of Tsunami.
It looks like Team Lightning's choosing to go A. They're checking out the corners right there, using that Venom Mine. Nicely done. The Killjoy is going to come out as well, so that's going to make things a little bit rough for the defenders. Flash comes out, the smokes are used. Hot Hands has been used as well. There's another flash. Oh, sorry, that's the wall going up, and the run it back has also been used by Yasuke.
Oh, what a great play by Yasuke there as well to time it out so that run it back does not get stuck. They were able to get back to their spot. The op from Reskin just chilling out in heaven here. There is one player down in hell. It looks like the Hot Hands are up in heaven. Reskin's just kind of waiting to see if he can get eyes on anyone. He gets flashed there. What a great play. And the op gets put down.
Yikes, and unfortunately as that happens, Clids will be taken out as well. Reskin will take out Zizo. Valorant will find Reskin, however. Rengoku will find Valorant, and then Reskin. And now it's a 3v2. Both players on the side of Lightning are hurting right now. This Venom Cloud's the only thing protecting them, and as I say that, it goes down. There is still Venom on it, but there's plenty of time to get the defuse.
That was a wild round with a lot of stuff happening. Props to you on the tongue twister there that happened about halfway through that round, because that got really confusing with a lot of reses and all sorts of different words getting thrown around that I would stumble on. So props to you. Nice neural theft there to kind of get that last little bit of information there to get that elim. That was a crazy round.
We're still at match point, but Team Tsunami's basically looking to get this round win, and we will be going into a heavy overtime no matter what if that does happen. We do see Reskin still has an operator. They also have their ult online, so I'm going to be interested to see which one they choose to go with from the start here.
Wouldn't be surprised to see that operator stay out. I don't think we'll necessarily see that ult come out unless they absolutely have to. I'm guessing they want to save that until OT if we can get there. Reskin's just kind of waiting in this mid to see if anyone wants to push, just holding an angle. That's the way to play this operator on this map.
We do see the slow orb come out from Rengoku right there. Just kind of chilling out in this back area, trying to see if anyone's going to push into them. A little bit of a risky situation if everyone decides to push into you, though, because you are kind of by yourself.
Yeah, and Rengoku is just going to be sitting back here in spawn, just waiting to see if anyone wants to push. It looks like Rezkin's kind of rotated around too, so can they get that info? They saw the shoulder there on Lux. There's one. That's a huge Elam pick. And the wall's going to go up, so they know they're rotating around, so they have the info now. Unless it's a bait, they know where they're going to be.
Fire in the hole!
And there's the showstopper coming out as well. Everything's getting invested here.
I mean, it's now or never.
Yasuke's just trying to hold an angle here as well. They got it. They got a little bit of information that someone's going to be pushing around. Cypher gets a cage down. There's the pact coming through, and Rengoku couldn't quite find anything. This is a crazy round.
Dotbot and Rengoku got a kill. Zizo picked up chips, however. It is now 2v4. We do still have that Jet with the ult online. Valorant's going to pick up Yasuke, and TGE will find Valorant, and Rengoku will find Zizo, bringing us to a 12-12, and we are now in overtime.
Interesting that TGE decided to pop ult there when they were up in agent count there, and they knew we were going into overtime. That's an interesting ult decision. They still have the op on the map, obviously, so this is that's going to make things a little bit more interesting. Yeah, this is going to be a fun OT.
Or a scary OT.
Fun for us, scary for them, I think.
There we go.
Is this the first overtime that we've seen in a Rumble?
Yes, I do believe it is.
Gotta love that. And what a comeback, too. To get into this situation, Tsunamis look like they might have been kind of down and out, and they brought it back.
They got to be careful, though, on this one. They did full buy, and in that case, they have to win this round or things are going to look really rough for them. For the side of Lightning, their econ was just a little bit more in stable conditions, so things are going to be a little difficult. So we do see Valorant take out TGE very quickly right there.
There's that slow orb just kind of slowing down the bot there from the side of Zizu. So it's getting kind of locked up. Everyone's kind of waiting to see if there's a rotation, and it looks like Tsunamis have decided that they, yes, do want to wrap this back, and they are going to run into a couple of Lightning players.
Dotbot trying to go past that wall. Got to be careful. They are trying to make as little noise as possible. Mr. Punish recalls their turret. They are, ooh, there's the flash out, and Clids will take out Chips and Dotbot. So now it's just 2 remaining for Team Tsunami right now, and they're in a pretty sticky situation as we see the Phoenix wall go up.
Yeah, what a great play there. To get that flash off, get the heals off as well. They know exactly where Sage is. That's a flawless from the side of Lightning. That was a great dominating overtime round, and they're back on match point.
Switching sides.
Now watch Team Tsunami come out on top. Then we go into another overtime.
We'll be here for a while. Just keeps going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
And it looks like Team Tsunami is just honestly going for it. The Force, you don't really have many options here. It would be difficult to try and just go full pistols. I'm just gonna, my heart goes out to y'all. Good luck. Do the best you can.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one to see how they decide to defend here. Obviously, you lost the round when you're on offense. That's maybe a little bit expected. It's, you know, who can clutch an offense is usually how these overtimes go. So this is a great example of you lost the offense. Can you win the defense here? You see Zizu's just kind of in mid, just peeking over that stage while the shots come in, but they don't get found. So there's some information.
They got to be careful, though. They did take a hit, so now you just got to rotate and be safe, as we do see Lux take out Dotbot, and then Chips find Lux, so that evens out the score there. The spike has been dropped. 4v4. I think we're going to see a round that's playing for kills here, as we do see Valorant take out Rezkin right there. So now 4v3, figure out where everyone's at, see what you got to do.
Valorant's just looking to try and get that wall up in heaven, trying to get a stop push over there. I don't know if it quite worked. You're down to a 2v2 here. Valorant's just kind of chilling in sight, waiting to see if anyone else pushes. Yeah, they did get that wall off, so heaven is now blocked off unless the shots come through. It's all on Valorant here, trying to win this 2v1.
I have faith, Valorant. You can do it.
pinch, though, unfortunately. And there's Yasuke.
Yep.
Big wins.
Are they going to be nice and split the defuse? Let's see. And nope. Oh, poor Rengoku. No ultra. Oh, wait. Nope. Okay. They tried.
That is a that's a scary thing when you stop that defuse and the timer's going down and you have to restart. That's a scary situation.
Sides. Overtime.
All right, no one has any ults online. I think the econ's pretty even here. Probably just going to see full buys across the board.
Yep.
I really don't know what to say here, honestly. This is just kind of a make it or break it point for both these teams. Either way, we've got 2 more rounds to go, regardless of who wins this one. But if we see both sides win one again, we're going to go further into overtime. So it's anybody's game still. We do see Sage has the spike right now, and it looks like all of Team Tsunami is choosing to push into Site B right here, as they do manage to find TGE right there.
Yeah, and you see they're just kind of holding off. No reason to get crazy. Everyone, you know, they are all on that same page of just win our defense. Just win our defense and let us try and steal our offense. We don't want to throw away this defense and put ourselves where we have to win the offense. That's always a tough spot to be in right now. So that opening pick was so smart. No need to get too aggressive here. As you see, Clids is actually pushed up a little bit further than you would have thought, but that's about it. As you see them trying to mark this point in the map, letting them know that Astra is close on them.
Dotbot will pick up Lux, and then Rengoku will find Mr. Punish. So it's a 3v4 now. We see the cage come out from the Cypher. I do believe the plant is going to happen here on Site B. Yes, we do see Rengoku going for it. The plant has been completely done. They do have a res online, but I highly doubt they're going to run back and try to get Jet up. It's just a matter of just camping out on this point and trying to maintain point presence here, as we do see Clids kind of going in. Has the flash out, uses it. Dotbot will find Clids, and Valorant will then find Dotbot as well, bringing us to a 2v3. And it's now just Valorant remaining for Team Lightning.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in if you're Team Lightning. But Valorant with a huge 2-piece, and they got the res off.
The res! That was huge, Valorant.
There's one. Oh, wow. Valorant comes in clutch.
I do think we have enough time to see the defuse happen, and we do. Just barely.
What a play that was, really. I mean, that looked like that was going to be the break there that Tsunamis needed to break this overtime open and win an offense. And Valorant said, no, no, no. Big plays.
Wait, hold up. Oh my goodness, yeah, that defuse didn't happen in time, so Team Lightning got that victory on that round. Oh boy, Team Tsunami's probably sweating.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see kind of how it plays out here. I think now if you're Lightning, you gotta, if you can win this offense, that's gonna be the critical part here. Winning that offense is always important.
We do see Rengoku putting that wall up. Dotbot finds Clids early on. There's no res on either side, so if you go down, you're down, that's it. We do still have all 5 members of Team Tsunami ready to go here. We've got Lux putting out some poison. The wall has been used as well. They're just trying to get information and push in onto point B yet again. And Rengoku's trying to use those slow orbs to get as much util out of them as possible.
Yeah, and you see everyone's just kind of hanging around center here, hanging around mid. There's 2 down there on the side of Lightning. So Tsunamis, once again, just winning defenses. That's all you can ask. It's just trying to win those defenses, and you see Punish does get it planted in this 3v5.
And Yasuke is going to use that wall, try and maybe use it as an opportunity to push in. Chips is looking like they're hurting. Lux is going to pick up Yasuke. Rengoku will find Lux, however, so that brings us to a 2v4, 3v2. Rengoku finds Valorant as well. It is just Killjoy into both Jet and Sage. If they can manage this one, never mind. Killjoy will be taken out as well, so Rengoku and Jet are going to get these defuse.
And they just keep trading defenses. They just keep trading defenses. And that's all you can do right now. You just got to keep winning them, and someone's eventually going to win an offense. And that's what we got to wait to happen here.
This is like tennis. Why Why would you make a game like tennis where you have to win by 2 because you then see things that can last literally forever?
Do you remember there was like a tennis game in like the British Open that went like 4 days or something crazy?
Yeah,
like
I
that?
want to say it was Federer against someone else that was involved in that one. I'm 90% positive it was Federer in that match. I can't remember who they were going against, but yeah, that's why you don't do this rule.
Exactly. Hey, we'll get on SportsCenter for casting the longest Valorant game in the history of Valorant.
Heck yeah. Let me destroy my vocal cords. It's all good.
Look at this little angle that Valorant got here. Look at the precision wall placement just to be able to see just around that and get that crosshair just in the right place to see someone peeking through. Even if they can't get the shots out, they've got the info that they need. What a play from Valorant here. Just map knowledge, map awareness.
They're just chilling though, and something's got to happen. We do see majority of Team Tsunami's rotating through mid right now. Kind of a risky play as we do see Yasusuke is going to manage to pick up 1. Clids will find Dotbot, and then Rengoku will find Clids. So with that, Lightning is now just down to 3 operatives where Tsunami has 4, and they still have the spike in their possession, so they kind of are at the advantage right now.
And it looks like Tsunamis does have some information from that camera, so this could be that first offense that we needed to see win here. Tsunamis doing a good job of getting the info that they need and finding a couple of picks. If TGE can find one here in mid, like they almost did, that would have really put this Lightning team in a tough spot. But it looks like Rengoku's going to try and rotate around and pick up this ult orb. They're going to be all the way on their ult, see if they can't get someone back online, but Punish with a huge elim there to keep this close.
Rengoku is going to use the res out there on Chip's team. Lightning's down to just 2 members remaining with Valorant and Punish, both finding someone. It is 2-2, 8 seconds remaining, 7 seconds. There's not enough time remaining. Well, actually, no. Chips will be able to get that plant, but Valorant just has to take Chips out, and that is going to be it. Lightning will get that defuse, and there goes our round for the offensive victory.
Wow, and Valorant, once again, they were on the point of losing that defense. Tsunamis were right there, and they couldn't quite they couldn't quite hold on, and you saw at the very end there, it looks like Rengoku did pull that ult to get someone up on their team just to save some more econ.
All right, Team Lightning needs to get this victory, and they will come out on top. Or Tsunami needs to get the victory for this round to take us yet again into another level of overtime. We shall see what happens.
Yeah, this is very enjoyable to watch. You see 2 30 bombs, 1 on each side here, so high-level gameplay, big numbers coming out, and it's all just going to be about who can get these early picks. That's going to be so critical, and Yasuke here is getting really aggressive. Those open mid pushes are always tough. One angle here from Valorant as well.
Unfortunately, Rengoku will find Valorant, but Clids will find Rengoku as well in response, bringing us to 4-4 on both sides. Both are down their supports. Killjoy is looking very painful right now as we see Viper go down. The spike is now in possession of Phoenix. Phoenix will go down as well with just 2 remaining on Team Lightning and 4 still up for Team Tsunami. I feel like this plant is not going to happen because Killjoy is really hurting right now. Mr. Punish did pick up Reskin, but they are in a sticky situation.
Yeah, this is tough. Punish has got to try and find a way to clutch a 1v2. We've seen some crazy stuff happen, though, so Punish does have that chance. They do have 45 seconds. There's the shot. See if there's a camera still up there from the Cypher. The alarm bot's going to go out, looking to see if they can get a bait. There's only 16 health left here for Punish, so this is going to be tough. And, yep, there was the camera. Good play.
30 seconds left.
Who's going to peek?
Oh, 16 health trying to take on 2. This is going to be rough. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, and the crosshair was just a little bit too high. And yet again, we are back into overtime. Let's go.
I love it. I love it.
Switching sides.
Again, 2 teams that just don't want to see T4 next to their name here at this Rumble. They want to see T2. They want to see T1. Just trying to push to get into this championship game. They know that that this tournament is on the line. So just going hard, going all out to try and get to this final. This is fun to watch.
If we hit the 20s, I may cry. just going to be honest with you.
No way we hit the 20s. That'd be insane. Right? Right? famous last words, maybe?
Yeah, I think those were some famous last words. We do see Jet use Tailwind and Double Smoke to get past Valorant's wall right there. That was pretty sneaky. However, Zizo will take out Rezkin right away anyway. And the wall bangs are going to come out here on the Astra. And with that, Dotbot will pick up 2, but Mr. Punish will take out Dotbot as well. It's now 3v3. Both sides relatively even right now. It's just going to come down to who gets the picks, I think.
Yeah, just looking to see who wants to push first. And looks like this might be a little wrap back towards B side here from the side of Tsunamis.
And Chips knew that Lux was there. They picked them up as well. So now Killjoy and Phoenix are the last 2 standing. Let's see if they can make some ruckus and stop this plant from happening, or is this going to be the start of our turnaround with the first successful offensive push coming out for Team Tsunami? Nobody knows because we have Chips now rushing in. We do see that Phoenix is on site as well, hiding out for their life right now.
And yeah, that's tough. That's tough. If you were Clids, you wanted to try and survive for just a little bit longer because you did have your teammate on the flank there. They're going to have a pinch, but it doesn't look like that's going to come off, and so now you got to get a 1v3 on the side of Lightning. There's one from Punish, though.
Phoenix did use their flash already, so Punish may have the opportunity to come in here. We'll have to see. They don't have any util, so this is going to be a little rough. Trying to see if anyone's going to be willing to peek. They're going to take out that Cypher tripwire. There is someone coming to their right. We could see that, but they could not, so they need to be careful here trying to get those wall bangs out. And there's the flash coming out, but it's not enough. Mr. Punish will find that headshot and then take out Chips as well. Mr. Punish coming in clutch. And I do believe they have enough time to get the defuse.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, what a play from Mr. Punish. Are you kidding me? Are you?
Switching
wow.
sides.
Why did they pop
Match
their ult
point.
there? That was kind of interesting. What a play, though. I mean, look at this shot here. You get flashed. Doesn't matter. Straight to the head. One more. Crosshair placement's just built different there from Mr. Punish.
I can't argue that one. Just built different.
Just built different. So, sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes it just takes being built different to win those kind of big rounds and clutch up. Oh, the Odin's coming out again. Let's go.
No, are they breaking the meta again? No, there's no way all of them have the Odins.
No, not this in the game, but I do love the Odin play.
Team Lightning now is on the offensive here. If they can get this plant and come out on top, that will be the, you know, good night for the team of Tsunami. It just comes down to who can, you know, ultimately use the map and their abilities to their advantage more here. Things are going a lot slower. We do see Sage on the side of Tsunamis is going down low, so they have to use their heal on themselves, meaning that one of their teammates is kind of gonna be, you know, caught out a little bit if they start to go down in health, as there will be no help for them. Going at it slow, playing it smart.
Those who push together win together, and that's going to be the truth here in this last round. You see that alarm bot is going to go down there, just waiting to see if they can get any info, and that is going to give info on the Sage corner there, and they now know that TGE is there as well. So there's the opening find there from the side of Lux. That's so important.
Spike down A.
Valorant will go down, as will Clids. And with that, we're down to a 3-3. Jet is already very hurting on health right there for the side of Tsunami. We do see Hot Hands get used from Yasuke as well. Valorant's now getting that plant off, and it's just going to be a matter of sit and wait to see who pushes in. If you are Team Lightning right now, just stay on Spike. That is my advice to you.
Chips trying to figure out if there's anyone there. He's going to throw that cage down to see if he can get through, but unfortunately he did start shooting, so now the player on the other side of that corner is going to know. Big shots from Valorant too.
Rezkin did take out Mr. Punish as well. We're at 2-2, and Chips will find Zizo, and then Val...
oh,
dang,
the res
gotta come out as well. Chips is going to pick it up though, and Chips with the defuse as... oh my gosh.
It's just clutch after clutch after clutch. What is going on, Nerdy? This is insane.
I don't know.
Switching
Oh, holy cow.
Overtime.
I get it. Y'all really, really want this. But please, I do have a limit. You can't do this to me.
Oh, they can.
And they are.
They're going crazy. No one wants to, well, I mean, they want to win an offense, but the defenses are just, I mean, they're just throwing it to the last second, and they're like, all right, yeah, time to be an alpha, time to make a play. I love it. I love it. It's like playoff basketball. It's great.
Speaking of basketball, we do have Hoop Fest coming up.
Toxin screen down.
It's a true story.
All right, so Tsunami's kind of playing it a little slow again. They've got someone checking out mid right now. We do see that there's a wall up. The Toxin screen's going up as well. They're very split for Team Tsunami. This is interesting. And we do see that Sage, the one with the spike, is very far back. And Chips is going to pick up Lux from Team Lightning right there. So Tsunami is up 1 already. Now they kind of do have point B surrounded quite a bit. Dotbot will find Clids, bringing them up another operative. So now, honestly, just get the plant. Go get the plant. Never mind. Dotbot's going to go for a kill, and then Zizo is going to respond to that one. So now we're down to 2-3. Sage still does have that spike. I don't know if they're playing for picks or that they're actually going to go for the plant. We'll have to see.
They should have gone for the plant because they did have they had Killjoy weak as well, so they should have gone for that plant because they were basically in a 4v2. That push basically just eliminated any chance of having an advantage, and then Zizo with another clutch kill, so you're back to a 2v2 once again.
The spike is planted though, and Rengoku did, I believe, put that wall above them, so Heaven's pretty guarded off. 2-2, still anybody's round. We do almost have that res online for Rengoku, so if they can find a pick, they might be able to even this out a bit, even if it is just bringing it to 1-1, well, 1v2. Or if they can find a pick and get a res, we'll have to see.
And you see Rengoku's just kind of chilling in hell here, just waiting to see if someone's going to drop down from heaven, and it looks like Sage is going to do it. Oh! Oh, but then Yosoku with the big one as well, so now you reckon that 1v1. Here comes the flash.
We're down to 10 seconds left to defuse that spike, though, so now we are in danger territory. You need to either get the kill or get out, and now it's time to get out.
And there's the offense. Finally, Tsunami's breakthrough and win the offense. That is huge in the course of this game.
Now watch Lightning just bring it back and do it again.
Lightning clutch and offense, imagine.
Yep. Don't even have to imagine. It's probably just going to happen. I'm telling you, we're going to hit the 20s.
We could. We very well could. That was a sick 180 coming out of heaven. That was pretty impressive. Yeah, if you're side of Lightning here, it's tough. You know, obviously no ults online, and you have to be aggressive. It's no fun when you're on offense and you have to be smart. But there's Lux with the big pick.
Yeah, they knew that wall was going to go up. They knew Rengoku was going to be there. They've been there the entire time, and just putting everybody there, no hope for you, Rengoku. I'm sorry. Did you see the flash come out? The wall is going to come up, though, and save Valorant a bit there. The hot hands are going to get thrown towards the point, as well as the bot. And with that, Chips will go down, and Team Tsunami now has 3 players remaining. As I said, watch them clutch the offense anyway and make us go into an overtime. It is 5v3 here. No one has ultimates. We do see Astra going into that astral plane right there, trying to drop out some smokes, give their team an advantage to be able to push in. However, this may be a futile attempt.
Yeah, right now you see Lightning, they've got it down. Now it's a 3v5 retake on the side of Tsunamis. That's going to be really hard, especially on this site. Everyone can kind of sit behind these boxes and in backside as well. You're just holding angles. It's all about crosshair placement. The stun's going to come out, and they are going to get kind of through. Those are 2 huge elims.
Oh my gosh. Is this it? Is this it?
Nope.
Oh, nope. The attackers got it.
Look at Valorant once again clutching up. 2 offenses in a row. There you go.
All right. We go again.
What is the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over and over again.
It feels like we're verging on that territory, but I love it.
I'm pretty sure anyone can classify gamers as actually being insane, because if you think about it, we literally do the same thing every day again and again and again.
It's true. Get home from work, press the power button on the PC, get destroyed every time, turn it off, go to bed. Same strategy every night. I feel that.
Cry.
Yeah, that's some of that's in there too.
Question my life choices. It's okay. Just go again.
There's the paint shells coming out, getting a little bit of damage there, it looks like.
Blocking vision.
All right, so Team Tsunami now looks like they're doing a wraparound yet again, trying to catch anybody out if they can. They did see someone. They got a couple of hits on them, just not enough to do a large amount of damage, but enough to reveal that they're there.
Yeah, you got that call out. Now you're just waiting to see who wants to wrap through, but it looks like Dotbot's going to try, and this is an interesting play. They called the mid. I think Lightning called out a rotation over to this B site, but in reality, Tsunami's actually going to try and push through mid and get aggro right back into A site, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can get the reads.
We do see Dot take out Zizo, but then Valorant takes out Dot. Valorant will then take out Yasuke, and Rengoku will take out Valorant. So now it's a 3v3. Tsunami still have the spike in their possession, so they have us. They're doing good for even operative numbers right now, but it's going to come down to these rotations, and they are slightly ahead right now on this rotation push to B. If they can get it secured and get that plant off and just honestly stay here and stay alive, that may be the play.
And Lux with the 5-head read here, just making sure that they know that everyone's coming. You see 2 swarms go out. There's Mr. Punish finding a big one in Boathouse. Chips is going to be trying to do everything he can, but he's stuck in a bad spot. TGE with the rotate as well. Another defensive win.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Match point.
All right. All right. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
I think Lightning have been so close a couple of different times. It feels like if someone's going to do it, it's going to be Lightning, and it's going to be here. But you see they're all just kind of gearing up for this big B push, and look at that. You see there's 3 over there on A. This could be it right now if they can get 2 early picks.
Or will we see it go into overtime again?
You never know, especially with these 2 teams who are just battling it out. It looks like we are on a pause, unfortunately.
It happens. I mean, technology is not always the greatest thing in the world. There, I said it.
I mean, we've basically played another half. You gotta get a water break.
We've played a whole other game.
Gotta get the water break. Gotta grab a little bit of food, you know.
Strategic DC.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go. We talked about basketball. It's like a couple years ago, Jason Kidd had one of his players hit him in the middle of the game to spill his water on the floor, so he'd get that timeout even though he's out at the end of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here.
Chips is in the bathroom. Pause.
Oh, and we get to hear the comms coming out right there from Redskin calling out Chips. Chips is definitely someone they got to keep an eye out for because they have been definitely a powerhouse for their team. It looks like Lightning's going to choose to rotate through mid, and unfortunately that's going to take out Valorant and Lux, as well as Yusuke and Dotbot. Redskin is still standing here as well. We've got 2v3. The spike is down. Never mind. Phoenix managed to grab it. Raze is really hurting on that health, though. And so basically, Phoenix, you're probably going to be the last man standing.
Yeah, this is going to be a really tough one. If Raze can get any sort of value out of this last little, 10 HP that they've got left here, that's going to be huge. They do have that Vandal out, trying to wrap this back through mid to see if they can get it into this A site. And there's a huge
Elam. Redskin. All right. Now you've got to find the other 2. Oh, just going for it. Oh, okay. All right. I see you.
So it looks like, are they both going to try and go into hell here? I can't tell.
Running back gets popped right there. We do see Chips is going into heaven. Nope, never mind. Rengoku and Chips are going to wrap around, I think. We'll see.
So there's Run It Back about over here. Yep, so that Run It Back didn't really give that much information, except they know that they're over there on that A site. It's all going to be a different push. There's got to be the door destroyed as well. And the thing is, this spike's almost dead. They got to go.
Oh, Chips bringing out that... Being able to use the camera right there is going to get the location of Zizo. However, now, are they going to be able to take Phoenix out? That's the question here. Phoenix will clutch it, and the attackers will finally win in our longest Valorant game in history thus far here in Esports Tower. That was incredible. Congratulations, Lightning. Nicely done. Props to everyone involved in that game. I'm pretty sure you are completely exhausted.
Wow. What a game of Valorant. What a game to get into the grand finals. That was unbelievable.
Well, if you want to be seen by some college recruits, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, or game producers, and then you really need to check out the Esports Tower Club, where players get insider access to industry insights with our featured rumbles such as this one that recruiters are taking notice of. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Check them out at esportstower.com.
And I'll tell you what, if the recruiters are looking at that game, then they just saw 10 players that are all looking to go and do big things, because that was just really good Valorant.
We had a very exciting group stage this week to determine which 2 teams will make it into our grand finals, but we are not finished yet, as we will bring you the conclusion of Group A next week, followed by the grand finals shortly thereafter. Congratulations to our first team to make it to the grand finals, which is Team Lightning, advancing out from Group B with that dominating performance. Granted, you are probably very gassed, so you'll need this little bit of time off, and we will be excited to see what you bring next week to your opponent. That will be determined on Wednesday, so make sure you come back right here on Wednesday and watch that broadcast here with us.
Yeah, if it's anything like what we just saw, it's going to be nuts.
All right.
So tune in.
All right. So, as per usual, we have our tradition. We have the ICCU player of the game. Who do you think it's going to be?
Oh my gosh, that's like the most loaded question of all time, because there's so many people that this could be. I think you have to give it to someone from the winning team, right? From what we just saw. You'd have to imagine, right? Or you think differently?
I personally, like, it could be Valorant. Honestly, they popped off a lot. Or it could be Chips. I don't know. Those are my 2 suggestions I'm not picking.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Who's it going to be?
No way is it Mr. Punnett. No, it's Dotbot. The player of the game is brought to you by the Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Dotbot is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it could have been anybody. And hey, I also want to give a shout out. If you look down there in the bottom right underneath that name, I'm pretty sure it says they're coming to Boise to be a future Bronco. We love that. So shout out to Dotbot.
Or it's a bait.
It's a bait?
Oh, yes. We always are going to try and get them to come here. Every ICCU player of the game has the potential to be a future Bronco. Yes. We always are encouraging those players to try and come to Boise State.
Well, I've just been baited.
Yes. Whoopsies.
Feels bad. Feels bad, man. Well, awesome plays from Dotbot. There's were some that 4-piece there was actually insane.
That one broke our brains. We quite frankly still don't know how you managed to pull that one off, Dotbot. Well, before we close out this match, Riley, do you have any big takeaways from that beyond just the mind-blowing fragging out that occurred?
Brain scramble that's going on right now. No, I think the biggest thing that I see, especially taking away from that last game, was just the communication and teamwork. And when you might get full tilted because you just got 1v3'd and stuff like that, just being able to stick with it as a team and push together and continue to play, that's just so important. And both of these teams showed mental fortitude. So important.
They honestly popped off across the board. That was intense and awesome. And I actually really do hope that next week we'll get to see that same type of action happening. And as a reminder, we will be hosting the Valorant Rumble Grand Finals next week right here on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Boise State Esports Twitch channel. After the action tonight, be sure to check out any of our top 5 plays to see what you missed out on. And we'll be bringing those to you, brought to you by the Idaho National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs offering a $20K bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there, so be sure to check them out. And with that being said, have a lovely evening. Hopefully we see you all here next week for our conclusion of this exciting Valorant Rumble. Right now, the Hurricanes looks like they're going for point B once again, trying to figure out where people are at. They're coming out through hookah right now. We see a couple smokes. We also do see sights coming out as well. People slowing down. Oh, just walked right up to 2 of them and got double kill. FG did take out one as well. The spike does get planted at Rengoku, but Zizo will go down and Punish will take out Dotbot, so it's just Sage remaining for Team Tsunami.
Rengoku here is just kind of hanging out with that Phantom. The flash has to come out. Good shots there. Can they find the second? They try to get the snap. They know where the other player is. Try to avoid the flash. No such luck.
Right now, Landslides with the man advantage and with the spike control, trying to control point B over here. I think they've got it because Prestige is going for that plan.
Look at the trigger discipline from Vapor there to get themselves in a good position. Now the TP comes out, get themselves back into heaven. What a play from Vapor.
That was huge.
Yeah, that was just so impressive. So now the player on the other side of that corner is going to know. Big shots from Valorant too.
Rezkin did take out Mr. Punish as well. We're at 2-2. And Chips will find Zizo, and then Val. Dang, the Res gotta come out as well. Chips is going to pick it up though, and Chips with the defuse as oh my gosh. Up though, and they're doing just that. We have Astra with the spike right now. 4 ultimates online for Team Tsunami, just the Res online for Team Lightning. So if they use these ultimates right, they may be able to balance this out and start winning these rounds. We do see the wall's gonna come out from Phoenix. And dang, oh! Oh, the ace from Lux! That was